Two with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through March 31st.
Great shopping, a giant crafts market, new shows featuring sea fairies, mermaids, and merriment.
Non-stop feasting and more.
The Renaissance Festival is back.
Weekends now through March 31st. Discount tickets available at Bashes and Food City or ArizonaRenfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashes, Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness.
Marijuana may be legal in Arizona, but driving impaired is not.
As a police officer here in Arizona, I know DUIs apply to more than just alcohol. Anything that impairs driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving impaired can get you a DUI.
Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with the hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I got to say, you know, it's a Super Bowl week. It's a Waste Management Phoenix Open week, and I feel like I should be very excited about these things, but this weather is just making me all want to take a nap, just groggy, just sort of sleepy. But it's been like dark and gloomy all day long, and it doesn't bother me because, you know, I grew up with this. So you notice when it's just sort of the same level of light the entire day. It's like the sun was not interested in taking a nap itself. So, I don't know how this whole thing is going to play itself out. I don't know how this whole thing is going to affect the Phoenix Open or what. But they say, I don't know, Randy, maybe you'll fill us in, but they say that this is going to sort of be like this until Friday.
Well, they are saying that, but however, I will tell you this, when we look at the 10-day forecast, there is sunshine predicted for Friday,
right?
Rain Thursday, rain tomorrow. And then on Friday, it clears up. It'll be 60 for the high, but then there's more rain forecast and a high of 59 on Saturday. And then Super Bowl Sunday, beautiful, and 62.
So how much of this is going to push the Phoenix Open? Like maybe they're going to have to delay some stuff and then put what usually happens on Sunday on Monday or Tuesday.
Kind of, I'm looking at the radar right now, and it kind of, if it hits out there like they're saying it's going to, I mean, the course can dry pretty quickly. This is the desert, so and they have a lot of ways to make the course playable, and a lot of these guys will play as long as there's no lightning in the area, and as long as the course is playable, then they'll let the guys play. Now, we saw last week at Pebble Beach, the rain came through, and they had to shorten it by one round. So that could happen out here. It just kind of depends. Tomorrow, though, is kind of the fun day. That's the Pro-Am tomorrow,
right?
So all the stars and celebrities will be out there, and that's when you really get to have some fun before the tournament starts. So.
Well, all we can hope is that it doesn't rain as much as maybe people think it's going to. This is the leftovers from what flooded out and cleaned up part of California. California got a good rinse, and so now we're just getting what's left over there. So hopefully it's not too much and it doesn't affect much. Do you have a favorite already for the Open? I'm kind of looking at the list here, trying to figure out who I'm going to pick. I got Schauffele, of course, where he's right there on top.
No, which one? Xander Schauffele or Scotty Scheffler? Which one?
I just told you, Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
Yeah. The other guy, I don't even see him on here. Is he not golfing?
Xander Schauffele?
Yeah.
Starts his first name starts with an X.
Yeah, I don't see him at least even on the first page. Did he turn out to suck this year or something?
No, he doesn't suck. He's number 4 in the world right now.
Well, I guess maybe he's not golfing in this because I don't see him on here. Did he go over to the Live Tour or something?
Well, no, he didn't go to the Live Tour. I will say that the PGA, in their infinite wisdom, has changed the Phoenix Open from a premier event, which was an event that had great prize money and it meant something towards the end of the season and points and all that kind of stuff. Too lengthy to go into. They changed that to Pebble Beach, and now the Phoenix Open is no longer a premier event, which is probably going to mean some of the top golfers won't play the event because it's not a premier event. It's not going to be like double points and extra pay and that sort of thing. So,
wow, okay. So I don't know, why did they do that to the Phoenix Open? It's a very popular thing. So now they've hurt the Phoenix Open with this sort of activity.
Yeah, and it's too bad because we were seeing a lot of the great the world's best golfers coming to Phoenix to play, and now I think this is going to hurt it. And another thing I was reading about today was the Masters field might be the smallest field in recent years. So it won't be as large as last year's field because we know there's some more guys that have chosen terrorism and money over PGA and safety in the USA. And so some of the Masters winners will not be participating. And that means the field is going to be shortened. I think, if I remember right, it's one of the smallest fields since the 1980s.
Well, so as far as the Waste Management Phoenix Open goes, Schauffele will not be there. Donnie says Schauffele withdrew yesterday.
Well, he might have an injury then. Yeah,
I see. Sun Devil Raul says, "Hey guys, I know Jeffrey, making me think of that song. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. At least it's Taco Tuesday, though. Oh yes, it is at least that. Get some tacos.
Oh yeah.
I don't even care. It's like I don't even need the backyard taco. I can just get some Taco Bell and be happy. I'm not picky. I'm not picky. Pineapple. I mean, backyard taco is infinitely better than a Taco Bell taco, but it's way cheaper, and I don't care. I'm okay with that. Give me a chalupa. Give me whatever they have. I'll eat it. Pineapple Express says, "Hey guys, my question is, when will the Live Tour to come to Phoenix? That is now the premier golf league in the world with Jon Rahm and Phil Mickelson." Yeah, this feels dirty, Pineapple Express. It may have a bunch of famous people on it, but and then maybe the PGA is trying to work with them to sort of save things. But as far as we're concerned, they can go to hell. They can go straight to it. And, hell, I'll drop them off. That's what I say. CK says, "A good afternoon, fellas. Beer me, please." Glad to see you made it out of your bunker situation, Randy.
Yeah. Well, it was touch and go there for a while, but ultimately everything will be under control now.
Yeah, because he eventually sobers up. Big George says, "Hello, gentlemen. Happy Taco Tuesday." And the rain just stopped here in Carlsbad about an hour ago. We had a tornado warning a few hours ago. Yeah. Crazy weather, but now it's heading your way. I don't know. How serious is it going to get, Randy? Is it going to get scary stormy, or is it just going to be some rain here and there?
Well, I think it's not calling for heavy amounts of lightning and thunder. They are expecting some wind to accompany this storm's cell through the valley. The rain is supposed to lighten up tomorrow, but then again, it's going to be heavy. They're calling for 50% chance on Thursday, and like I said, maybe Saturday too. They're calling for more rain, possibly on Saturday, but I think the wind is about the only thing you have to worry about right now. It's out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour with 18-mile-an-hour gusts. Nothing really tremendous. We'll just have to keep our eye on it and see what's going to happen.
Victor Hovland has also withdrawn from the Phoenix Open, just so you know.
I think it's because it's no longer a premier destination tournament. It's just sort of a Phoenix Open, and you try to get as many guys to come out and play as you can.
Davis Riley has withdrawn.
Could be a really small field. So
no, it's still a pretty huge field, actually. But as far as the higher ranked people go, you still got Scheffel and Justin Thomas and Max Homa and Sam Burns and Jordan Spieth, Min Woo Lee, Byung Hun An, Matt Fitzpatrick, JT Poston. I don't know these people. Ricky Fowler's in there somewhere. Hideki Matsuyama. All these people are out there. But of the field, though, who do you got? So Scotty Scheffel, I don't know. Since he is the top-ranked guy with the best odds to win, I don't want to pick him.
He is the top-ranked guy, yeah.
I don't want to pick him. I want to pick somebody else. I might just go with Min Woo Lee because it's a fun name. I also think if I'm going to bet, you look down there at the very, very bottom. They won't win, but if they did, if you put $1 on Kevin Stadler or Jesse Mueller, you could win $500,000.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what that means, right? Plus 500,000 means if I put $1 on them, I get 500,000 back.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds right to me.
Or
I'll tell you who I'm looking at, Matsuyama. I've been watching him lately. His game is
he's at plus 4,500.
He's really coming into his own. So you might look out for Hideki Matsuyama, who's always good at this course. Ben On is another guy that you might want to take a look at as well. You never really know who's going to do well.
I might take Wyndham
course.
Clark. But I might take Wyndham Clark. Well, you can't go wrong with the guy whose first name is a hotel.
Well, he won the Pebble Beach last week. Had an enormous third round, and when they called it on the final round, he was in first place after I think it was 11 birdies he had, something like that.
How often do guys win 2 in a row, though? Really? Not often, right?
It depends because I remember Phil back in the day had a couple in a row like you just tear off because guys get into a rhythm and then they have a few weeks where they're hot and then they cool off eventually. So it happens.
Or Sam Burns might be good because I just took Mr. Burns. I don't know. I can't. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with my first instinct was Min Woo Lee.
All right,
just because it's a fun name. That's why I'm taking him. I'm taking Min Woo Lee, and I'd put $1 on Kevin Stadler and Jesse Mueller. So who you taking? Who you taking, Randy?
Well, I'm looking real hard at taking Thomas Dietrich. He's proved to be on fire so far early on. Ricky Fowler, former winner of this tournament as well. You might put $1 on Ricky, and then like I said, Ben On. I think his game is very good right now. I might take like Hideki Matsuyama as well, who likes to play here. He's a former Masters champion, and I believe that he's going to have a breakout here pretty quickly because his game seems to be very good right now. So
I found somebody I want to take now.
All right,
I might change it to you. I'm gonna pick you.
All right, me,
you,
me,
you, not no you,
me,
no you.
You're saying me. You're telling me.
I'm saying Kevin Yu. He's at plus 7,000.
I'm not playing this time.
His name is Kevin Yu.
Oh.
And he's down there at 7,000 plus 7,000 for the odds.
Right. Can't hurt.
Just saying.
Can't hurt. Yeah, can't hurt.
I'm not going to pick you. You don't even golf right now.
Why wouldn't you pick me?
Because I'm picking you.
And you could pick me if you want.
I'm going to pick you.
I mean, that's okay with me.
I'm picking you. I told you. Rough Rob says LIV wants us to die happy. Happy Taco Tuesday. Okay. I'm very confused here. Oh, my system is messing me up here. I'm trying to click over and it's not letting me. Come on, Rough Rob. There he is.
Okay, somebody is asking about the Live Golf Tour come to Phoenix. No, the closest one it's coming to that comes near Phoenix is going to be as a matter of fact, I believe it's this weekend in Las Vegas, which that's crazy. The Super Bowl's there. I don't know why you would do that, but and then they They go to let's see, Saudi Arabia. How interesting. And then Hong Kong, and then Miami, and then Australia. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. They don't come to Phoenix in any way, shape, or form, though.
All Rough Rob was trying to say was Happy Taco Tuesday. Heavy Metal Maniac says, whoever said Taco Bell had good food might be crazy. You'll end up on the toilet for a long time. See, that's the funny thing. Between Randy and I, we do enjoy the Taco Bell. And, sometimes it never hits me. I'm good with Taco Bell, with a chalupa or whatever that I buy there, the Burrito Supreme or the Doritos Taco. I never have a problem with Taco Bell. It's only when I go to the Chipotle that I have that issue. And for Randy, I think it's the reverse on that. So I guess just wherever you go, you're spinning that wheel, aren't you? You're spinning that roulette wheel.
Yeah,
with the ingredients being similar to whatever's in Chipotle and whatever's in Taco Bell, when you spin that wheel and it's your day, it's going to be violent, regardless of which one you go to.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So I've been lucky, though. I've never had a problem with the Taco Bell. CK says the PGA is trying to merge with Live. So your logic, the PGA can go to hell as well. And I'm okay with that. No, I agree. If the PGA gets into some sort of a bed with the LIV and sells their soul, I'll never talk about golf again. I won't even care. Won't exist. You guys have to go someplace else to talk about golf. Not like we talk about a lot of golf here. We only talk about what happens at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And I still get grumpy about having to call it all that instead of just the Phoenix Open. I get grumpy that there's sponsorships on stuff like the Dinosaur Classic or the Bob Hope. And then they completely not only just give it a sponsor, but then they change the entire name of the event completely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, if I never talk about golf again, I'll be all right. So if they get completely into bed with the terrorists, I'm out, totally out. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Second that emotion.
Fifth letter says, good afternoon, fellas. Randy, I was worried about you. Worried sick. Even went out and bought myself a canoe just in case I needed it.
Well,
glad
you might.
Glad you're doing fine.
Warning. Thank you. There's a flood warning here in Maricopa County, so you might need that canoe. Stay alert and stay alive.
So Moist One is correcting me with the Kevin Stadler and the Jesse Mueller bets at plus 500,000. He says $1 on that gets you 5,000. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they put 500,000 if all I'm going to get is 5,000? Well, I just that's no fun. Well, you got to ruin it for me, Moist One. You just ruined it. He says if you put 100 on them, though, you'll get 500,000. I'll tell you, that's almost worth sticking $100 on them. You know what I mean? It's almost worth it. The chances of somebody that at the very bottom of the list, as far as the odds go, the chances of them winning, astronomical, unlikely. You're never going to see another John Daly show up. You're never going to see somebody that you just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, that was disappointing to find out. Thank you for crushing my dream, Moist One. Pierre says, Mr. White, je ne sais pas si vous... Oh, wait, it's not translating. Hold on. I got to hit the translate button.
Thought that was a Lady Marmalade song you were singing to me there.
Here it is. He says, Mr. White, I do not know if you heard yesterday's broadcast, but the Montreal School Board has agreed to hear your snow bus proposal on February 27th at 7 p.m.
When
will you be able to attend with your working prototype? He said February 27th at 7 p.m. in Montreal.
Dang. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one, Pierre.
The answer is no, Pierre. It's not happening.
Don't know if I can have a working prototype by
Let's
then.
go down the list of why that's not happening. Number one, Randy does not own a school bus.
Well, I could always
Number
get
two,
one.
Randy does not have a snowplow attachment for the school bus he doesn't have.
I could rig something up.
Number three, Randy doesn't have the tools necessary to put the snowplow front onto this bus that he does not have.
I have a lot of tools. I just don't have a welder.
You don't have a welder. You don't have the torch. You don't have any of those things. You don't have. You don't have a 10 millimeter socket. You know that.
No, you're wrong there because I went to Harbor Freight. They sold. This is the greatest thing ever. On one thing, they have every 10 millimeter socket deep.
Oh wow!
Quarter inch, 3/8, a half inch, and they've got it all 10 millimeters all the way across. And I bought that sucker this weekend.
That's pretty smart right there.
Yeah.
The 10 millimeter package.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's why, Pierre. That's why he doesn't just no. It's not going to happen. Pineapple Express says, "Hey, don't get me wrong. The LIV tour is funded by terrorists and the Saudi government, but our government's not squeaky clean either.
Yeah.
Well, our government's not funding the PGA. They have slaughtered thousands of innocent Native Americans. Yes, that is true. But that was about how many hundreds of years ago? But still, good point. Put Japanese Americans in internment camps. Yes, they did that. They did that less than 100 years ago. So those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Well, but here's the thing: the government does not fund the PGA, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. So but the government of a terrorist nation does fund the LIV Tour. So
and specifically so that we can forget about all the crappy things that they're actually doing. Like that's part of the reason, because they're not just funding the LIV Tour. They've got their own soccer league, and they're just throwing, millions upon millions of dollars at the best soccer players in the world with the same idea in mind.
Yeah, Pineapple Express, our government is not squeaky clean no matter which party is in power. There is so much corruption. There is so much wrong. But what we aren't is a terrorist state. And what we aren't is torturing and killing people. Do we have a lot of stuff that's going wrong right now? You betcha. Is there a whole lot of damn racism in this country? Absolutely. Are we treating people coming across the border correctly? Probably not. But also, we probably should militarize the border to keep everybody out that we don't want coming in. Are we making tons of human rights mistakes? Yes, but it's not human right intention. The terrorist state, they don't care. They are purposely doing things. We, as a nation, we step in it. We certainly do. But what makes us different is we're sure trying to get it right. The people are sure trying to get it right. So, I'll put whatever's going on with the United States up against Saudi Arabia any day. And guess what? Suddenly the United States looks like, it looks like a school kid as far as it goes with the corruption and the terrorism. So that's my 2 cents. Fish Tank says, "Can you imagine how many drunk girls in high heels are going to be sliding down the green hills at the Phoenix Open in this rain?" Yes. We can imagine it. We've seen it with our own eyes. We've been there and witnessed it in good weather. So as far as the rest of it goes, well, there's always some idiot, I guess. The Jet says, "Hello, gentlemen. Great to hear your voices today. Just want to say how happy I am that California is flooding. I sure hope the Dodgers and the Lakers Stadium go underwater forever." That's all he has. Good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want people to die, but if Chavez Ravine became Chavez Lake, I don't think anybody's going to be mad about it. That's God tweaking in your pool. How you like them apples? Sun Devil Raul says, "Reason number 4, Randy doesn't have a passport." You don't have a passport? Do you have a passport? I think you got
somewhere.
a passport.
Yeah.
Or is it expired, or is it still
Oh,
good?
hell yeah. Yeah, I never carry a I don't travel with my real name. No.
Oh.
No, I've got a drawer full of passports with different names.
Yeah, Sun Devil Raul, he can get to Canada. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Don't act like he can't.
Oh, trust me, I can get there. Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says, "So Randy, yesterday Jeffrey said you were having problems with your equipment. Now today you come on and tell us you bought a 10 millimeter package for the weekend. I'm praying for you, buddy. I hope everything's okay."
But was it? It wasn't about. Never mind.
His is not 10 millimeters.
No.
That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll move on and talk about some other things. We got a Suns game tonight. And of course, we got plenty of Super Bowl stuff to talk about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NCAA men's basketball, the championship will be held in Phoenix in April. The Purdue Boilermakers are the betting favorite to win the national title at plus 700, while the UConn Huskies, the defending national champs, are plus 750. They're currently the number one team in the nation. The Houston Cougars are plus 850. The Tennessee Volunteers, the best bet out of the SEC, at plus 1400. The North Carolina Tar Heels, who are ranked third, are plus 1500. And the Arizona Wildcats are also at plus 1500. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Did you know gas goes bad in as little as 30 days? Bad gas can cause rough starts, poor performance, or no starts at all. Stable, America's #1 fuel stabilizer, ensures quick and easy starts after storage. Stable's proprietary formula keeps fuel fresh for 2 years, outperforming competitors. Whether it's your car, truck, boat, lawnmower, leaf blower, weed trimmer, ATV, motorcycle, or anything else with an engine, when you store, start with Stable.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-819-1120. That's 800-819-1120. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-819-1120 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
With all the school supplies your child will need over the years, it can be easy to overlook the most important one of all, money, which is a good reason to open an AZ529 education savings plan. Whether you invest $15 or $150 a month, your money grows tax-free. By the time your little one is ready for college, vocational school, or workforce training, they'll have all the savings they need to get the job of their dreams. Visit az529.gov to get started.
This message is sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and we got the Super Bowl on Sunday. That's right. Starting at noon o'clock, we got all sorts of Super Bowl fun. It starts out with the Super Bowl preview show at noon, and the Super Bowl Insider show at 1, and then Super Sunday show at 2, and then the actual Super Bowl broadcast at 3 p.m. with a pregame that leads you up to the what is about 4:30 p.m. kickoff? I think I'm right. Anyway, so from 12 p.m. all the way through, we got your Super Bowl coverage right here on 1580 The Fanatic. And also, we have the game broadcast on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM starting at 3 p.m. as well. So we are just playing it everywhere we can on all the different signals that we have. We've got the following: 1580 The Fanatic, that's AM. Yep. Then we got 99.3 FM, and that's in Phoenix. And then we have 95.9 FM for
parts of the East Valley get it great, parts don't. Well, it's not the best signal, but Fountain Hill, you'll get it in your teeth, and there's some people
Yes.
who use 95.9.
Uh-huh.
Then Money Radio 1510 AM and 105.3 FM. And then we're streaming it on both places. So if you've got the app, you've got the website, you got the ability to stream, you will get it there too. So you have no reason when you're driving around, if you're going from one place to another and the Super Bowl is on, you want to hear some coverage, or let's just say, oh my God, I got to go pick up my drunk friend, and you got to drive someplace, you can still tune it in to either of our stations and hear the game. You won't have to miss a moment right there. So CRC Broadcasting's got you covered when it comes to Super Bowl coverage. 888-368-1580. Suffering A's fan says, well, it's probably not something you guys know or care much about, but the Saudi government has systematically also bought almost every major esport league the last couple of years as well. You're right. I don't think esports is a sport, but and I didn't know about that. That's garbage.
Well, they're in that. They're in soccer. They are in Australian rules football. They are in Formula One. They are wanting to get into Indianapolis car racing. And I was reading somewhere they're trying to get into NASCAR as well, and baseball.
Here's an idea.
And the NBA.
Yeah.
Instead of spending how much billions, is it 10 billion, 100 billion? Instead of spending all that money, hey, stop being terrorist dickbags. Maybe go that direction. Maybe don't, be evil. Instead, if you are like, we're going to be evil and we're going to hire a PR company and spend a bunch of money trying to sports wash all of our evil, you're still evil. So maybe instead of spending all that money trying to make people think you're not evil, how about just don't be evil?
I mean, you say that, but evil is a business, and it's a very profitable business, and it's actually worth it for them to spend all of this money.
It is an industry, my friend.
Yeah, so for them, as much as that makes a lot of sense, just stop being evil. They're making a lot of money being evil, so it's hard for them to stop, and they don't want to. You're
not convincing anybody you're not evil. All you're doing is funding some sports, and people are dumb as hell, and they don't realize that's what's happening. They're just like, hey, look, sports. And then, they're watching their favorite guys. They're watching these people do stuff, but they don't understand the connection behind it. And then you're not achieving anything with this. That's the thing I don't get. They're not achieving anything. They're not convincing us that they're not evil with this. It ain't working. Do they know this? Is there somebody giving them metrics on this?
Well, it's not. I don't know if it's working or not working, but they are hoping that dumb guy that just goes, oh, sports. When he thinks of them, he thinks of sports and not terrorism first. That's all.
Well, there's a lot to be said about what it cost the Saudi fund, whatever that fund is. I think the thing came out, it said something like $5 billion they lost last year out of that fund, funding this LIV tournament at this league. Now, they are making money in other ways through other ventures, but they lost something like $5 billion to put on this LIV. And when people say this is the premier golf league, it really isn't. It's still, if you look, the crowds are not out at the LIV tournaments. And there's already tournaments over in Saudi Arabia. It's called the DP World Challenge, and it's the European version of the PGA. Now, a lot of people have something to say about PGA not spending the kind of money that they say they are, and they're a nonprofit, just like the NFL is a nonprofit. So I don't see the problem here. The bottom line is the PGA is trying to work with some of these golfers, and the PGA is trying to change some of the complaints that the golfers have. But either way you go, I don't see how Phil Mickelson can side one way or the other. I think all these guys are seeing are, great big giant money signs because these guys are offering all kind, schloads of money, $300 million for you to come and play golf, and not as many tournaments the PGA has.
This is how I know that the LIV is not the, dominant golf tour on the planet. What are the team names? Because they have teams. They play in a team format. Your average person, not your diehard golf fan, your average person on the street can't tell you what these teams are called. How could you be? That would be like, the NFL is the most dominant sporting league in American sports, and nobody could tell you what the teams were called. Like, that would be insane.
Yeah, Pierre says, it's okay, Mr. White. They have another meeting on March 26th. That gives you enough time to assemble your snowbus. Additionally, you can simply appear on Zoom.
Oh,
so you get on Zoom. You just Photoshop what you're talking about. Just put it on there.
Now we're talking.
No, that's a good idea. Fifth letter says, my 2 cents is, if you don't support the country you live in, go live in the country you support. America, bitches. Yeah, I mean, there is you gotta be careful there, because that same argument can be used in some very bad ways. You can disagree with your country. You can disagree with the things that are happening, and then the argument, you don't like it, go where you go back someplace else. Well, that's just a dumb argument. But as far as this goes, it's like, what are you guys doing? You're supporting not just like, it's not just like the difference between England and America, right? Let's say it's like, I'm going to go support this English thing. You're like, all right, that's kind of weird, but whatever. It's not, they're an ally. Okay, that's fine. But then you go to the people who, I don't know, took down the World Trade Center and killed a whole bunch of damn people and continue to have massive human rights violations against their own people as well as other people, and have been blowing crap up and terrorizing people since I can remember. Yeah, it's a bit different. It is a bit different. I'm going to say that. But if you don't support the country you live in, go live in the country you support. So you're saying all the live golfers should have to go live in Saudi Arabia?
But those guys don't support Saudi Arabia. They just like money.
Well, by doing so, they're supporting Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Big George says, wow, people want us Californians to die? No. We want you to swim for shore.
We're rooting for you all to make it.
Yeah, not everybody. But people like you, George, you're tall enough to wade your way out of this. I think you'll be fine. Just a little earthquake takes out all California. The rest of us are fine. Donnie says, I saw a tweet that said pickleball. Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. Yeah. Drew high ratings. Higher ratings than LIV this past weekend.
The pickleball slam that remember, Jeffrey, I was telling you about the pickleball slam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll watch pickleball before I watch live. Which means I'll never watch either.
Yeah, so, I mean that's really what that means. I mean, but the live too. I'm willing to bet that reruns of Gossip Girl draw higher ratings on the CW than the live tour. That's not saying a whole lot.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sun Devil Raul says a good thing happened today. That terrible mom of the school shooter was found guilty of manslaughter. Awesome. I'm not familiar with that. I kind of heard little rumblings of that off in the background, but I don't know enough about that to be happy or concerned. I mean, but yes, I mean, I'm not going to get into that. It's not that kind of show, Sun Devil Raul. Pineapple Express says, my favorite live team are the Aces. Is that even a thing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't care. So let's talk about the game tonight. The Suns are hosting the Milwaukee Bucks. So do we know anything about who's playing? I know that everybody is injured on that team. Giannis Antetokounmpo, day-to-day. Damian Lillard, day-to-day. Brooke Lopez, Andre Jackson, Chris Middleton, game-time decisions. Do we have any sort of clarity on this?
I don't think we do necessarily.
Suns are heavily favored to win on this, so that makes me nervous.
Yeah, and that could, a lot of that could just be, even if they play, they're not going to necessarily be 100%, because the Giannis is dealing with the knee injury. Damian Lillard's got a wrist. Andre Jackson also with an injured wrist. So I'm sure that it's possible they could play, but if we're honest, we're very close to the All-Star break, and they have a fantastic record right now. If they want to just sort of limp to the All-Star break, then it's possible that those guys could be shut down for the day.
Might rest them up, and that'll be an easy win.
A report from one of the news sources says here that Giannis is on the injury report, but listed as probable, so he should play. He's tagged as probable right now.
Well, damn it.
And yeah, Giannis is one of those guys that doesn't like to sit out games. He wants
can't
to go
load
play.
manage Giannis. Yeah,
yeah, and he's he's an amazing athlete. So I mean, but the team could override him and say, "Look, Giannis, let's look at the long game here."
And be like, "Sit your Greek ass down."
Yeah. Well, go. Hey, Giannis, here's $20. Go get a couple of euros. We'll see you back here before the game, and then kind of lock him out. That's what I would do.
You just lock the door.
Here's $20. Why don't you go get us some euros, really good ones? And,
well, you got to make sure you give him some coupons.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving him the money, so it's free for him.
No.
So,
he needs coupons too.
But I'm giving him the money.
But it's not his money.
You don't understand. He wants the coupons too because he wants to go buy the stuff and still have some money left over that he keeps. That's how cheap he is.
Well, he's got to find the coupons on his own. That's
You
up
just
to
leave
him.
him like kind of sprinkled in the locker room, just here and there, and he's like, "Oh."
I bet you Giannis physically reads the newspaper to see if he can find any deals.
Yeah,
he does.
He'll end up at Burrito Express in no time, and then he'll eat a bunch of it, and he'll have absolutely no way of playing in the game for obvious reasons. So, yes, this is a great strategy. I'm enjoying this. This is a good idea.
Very well. We'll work
good
on
idea,
it.
Randy.
All right, thank you.
Send that on over. So anyway, tonight, these are the games you worry about when somebody says, "Hey, you guys are favored." Oh no! And then now Giannis is going to be in. Any word on Dame Lillard and Chris Middleton in this mix?
I haven't seen anything on those two specifically, and I will say that the Bucks, we're catching the Bucks at a pretty good time right now. They're not playing as they were earlier this season, so let's they're still transitioning to their new head coach. So this is actually a good time to be playing the Milwaukee Bucks.
I hope so. But this conversation makes the whole thing even more dangerous. We've been down that road, but we need to be piecing together a bunch of wins. We need to start climbing up in those standings. We're getting close to that All-Star break, and we're going to need to have a little space between and the other guys. Because guess what? The other guys, they're going to start to figure some stuff out too. And then we just don't want to be back in the pack. Ham Sandwich says, "I'd love to see Giannis. I'm at old TV show where they had a time limit to fill their grocery carts as high as possible." Oh, I see what you're saying. He wants to see one of those shows where he goes, well, if he's smart, he's going right for the meat. I mean, come on. Everybody knows that. You go right for the meat section and fill that thing up with meat, steak, everything. Just go crazy and hope somebody has a freezer. That's all. All right, got to take a break. We come back. We got a bunch of random sports things to talk about because we don't want to overload you on Super Bowl and talk about that all week. That's boring. So we'll get to it though. Don't worry. We will get to it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
2 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
What in? The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best teed up at the 2024 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 5th through 11th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more. Up to $100. Ends 2/10. Visit staples.com/print for details.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Randy, I think maybe your efforts of inventing a school bus with a snowplow might be misguided in the wrong direction. There's actually something you might want to turn your attention to because you could get $1 million for this.
All right. Well, I could probably get more than $1 million from the school bus, but go ahead.
Doubt it. Anyway, so Burger King says they'll give you $1 million if you can come up with a Whopper innovation.
A Whopper innovation.
Yeah. So here's the deal. They just launched this new contest. They're offering $1 million prize. The person comes up with the next great Whopper innovation. They say Whoppers currently have more than 200,000 possible customized combinations as it is. But if you ever wanted something different than what they do, well, they want to hear your pitch. So here's what you got to do. You got to participate. You need one of their Royal Perks accounts, and you can submit your suggestion through their app, bk.com/MDW. There's not a whole lot of rules listed, although your submission can only have 8 toppings max. You can't change the bun or the burger patty, but those don't count towards the 8, so that's all right. And you can't use anything that would be an allergen, like peanuts, and you can only use edible food items. So I guess that means no kale. So they're looking for popularity. So it can't be so weird nobody wants it, like snails or oysters or something. And they want just creativity. Anything too close to what they already have, they say no. It's got to be feasibility. So it needs to be something they could actually stock at a Burger King. So listen, you can send in 3 entries. You have 3 chances.
Okay.
The deadline is March 17th. So finalists get chosen this spring, and then one winner will be named by the end of the year. The other 2 finalists walk away with $200,000 and $100,000. So you don't win the first prize; you get second or third. You get $100 or $200 grand right there. And to make it even better, just for your first entry, you get a free Whopper.
Damn, I like Whoppers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you get 3 ideas. Choose them wisely.
I mean, the hamburger, not the.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So you don't say it on the air though. Don't let anybody steal your ideas till after you've already submitted them. We should talk about this another time with our ideas. But here's the thing: I love the Whopper. I can't think of anything that I would put on there that would be new or different. I have one idea. I do have one idea, but I'm not going to say it out loud because I'm an enter. I don't know if it's like something everybody else would agree with.
But then you got to sign up for the BK Premier account.
Yeah, why not? Why not? With a chance at $1 million. Like, I hate when you have to get these dumb apps
Yeah.
I hate when you got to sign up for something or join a thing.
Well,
With
you know,
this,
because they're going to send you like
Yeah.
umpteen bazillion junk emails.
I use Radio Ron's email when I sign.
Oh,
this
is
up.
that? Oh, that's why he's okay. All right.
Well, of course, then if I do that, he might get the $1 million. So
Secret safe with me.
I'm not going to do that. Anyway, at bk.com/MDW, that's where the app lives. I think this might be worth getting. But yeah, I'm doing this one. I've got one at least good idea in your head. You guys got any good ideas?
I
think you got a good idea?
I know. Thinking of some.
And I'd have to think some more.
I don't think Top Ramen's a good idea, Keon. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I like ramen as ramen. Why would I put it on a burger?
I don't know. I just know you. I'm just saying.
Easy.
Just saying.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't give away anything. Let's go ahead. Let's do this, guys. Let's all of us go get this dumb app, and then let's all suggest our stuff, and then we'll come back on the air and talk about what we suggested. That way, nobody can steal our ideas. We've already submitted them. If we start think tanking this now, I know these guys are they're gonna steal our stuff. Well, scratch me because I don't think that a delivery system is what they're looking for. He says, "How about a Whopper on a stick?" I think that the Minnesota State Fair would love to have that suggestion because they give you anything you want on a stick, a pork chop, a steak. I've had all of it there. But I don't think that's changing the sandwich, scratching, because impaling it on a stick is not.
You have to reinvent the sandwich.
Mm-hmm. So, honestly, do you guys have any ideas?
Yeah, I've got a couple ideas.
Keon, you got any ideas?
Not really, but I have to think about it.
All right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't tell Keon our idea until after we put him in either.
Well,
he might try to steal our idea.
I think, obviously, I don't want to steal your idea. I want to come up
I'm
with
just
my
saying
idea.
$1 million at stake here. I wouldn't blame you if you tried.
I mean, I get that, but I want to win. If I win anything, I want to win with my idea.
All right.
I'll keep that in mind when I win.
I feel bad. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything about Top Ramen. Maybe that would have come to him and be like, "Oh, that is a good idea."
No, that would have been a bad idea. Let's just add.
Maybe you might want to add that as one of your ideas.
Top ramen in a waffle iron. You put the top ramen in the waffle iron.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I do that?
And now it comes out like a waffle ramen, and you put that on there with some Oriental sauce.
Sure.
What?
Wait, what?
Did I just win $1 million?
You just said it all out loud, and now somebody's stealing. You just gave people your idea.
But it's
you
okay.
just gave away your idea.
I don't think that particular idea is winning $1 million.
You need to submit this before you say it on the show, Rand, or else you will not get the $1 million.
I know that Randy's not giving his real idea right now.
Oriental Whopper.
Holy crap! Scratch me because that's a great idea. I'm not saying it on the radio. I'm not saying it. You submit that. I promise I won't steal it. This second idea, stellar. Yeah. Dude. Why do you do that?
Because I was hearing things out of phase.
You know why? Because your damn headphones are so loud. That's why. Moist One says Cheetos. Lots of Cheetos puffs.
I can make them louder if you want.
You're giving away another idea, Moist One. Why would you do that? Big George, you know what? That is actually one of the things we were going to talk about here in the next couple of minutes. He thinks it's breaking news. It's not. But I saw this from Joe Pompliano, and this was a while ago. This is, I don't know, about an hour ago. But this is something of concern. Since George went ahead and copied and pasted it, I'll go ahead and read it from his thing. But Warner Brothers Discovery, Fox, and Disney plan to launch a joint sports streaming service this fall. Here they're basically taking all of their hookups, all of their agreements, all of their network contracts with all the different sport entities, and they're going to launch a streaming service. And it's going to be a new company. They don't have a price for what this is going to be. I don't know how this works. So this one streaming service will have. So I guess you don't have to tune into Channel 5 to see you don't have to tune into Channel 10 to see the Fox stuff. And but I don't know what Warner Brothers Discovery has. Are they CBS? I don't know what they are. Disney doesn't have sports, so this is all kind of confusing.
Well, Disney and ESPN are the same because they're.
Oh, that's right, Disney, ESPN. So ESPN, Fox, who does Warner Brothers have? What is it? I don't know who they have to the service is going to be available on ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Max. So is it the same sort of stream of the same content, or does those guys have part of it, the other guys have part of it? Then it doesn't make any sense at all. I'm a little bit foggy on what this all means. I just hope this doesn't mean we all got to pay for even more crap.
Well, Warner Brothers has the Olympics, various winter sports, and
so Warner is
anything
NBC?
under the TNT Sports umbrella.
Okay, well, TNT is NBC. So Warner now, okay, you got to follow like the line of who owns what, I think. So here's what it says. Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers will each own a third stake. Product will be a skinnier bundle of linear networks than a standard cable offering, specifically tailored for sports fans, consisting of all the broadcast and cable networks owned by Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery that carry sports. So that's ESPN Plus, Disney, ESPN 1, 2, 3, 4, Ocho, all the ESPNs, as well as ABC broadcasts. Warner Brothers Discovery Networks, they'll have the TNT, TBS, True TV. Fox has got all the Fox stuff, along with FS1 and FS2. So I don't know. Wow, I'm really surprised that ESPN would want to have a streaming service where their competitor is right there on there too. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
you're going to watch what you're going to watch.
Because if people are going to stop watching sports, or if they have to choose between you and your competitor, they're going to choose the sport they like the best. So that's just money you don't get. If you all combine and you all split it, then everybody's watching.
Everybody's sharing a piece of the pie, so to speak.
Yeah, and you're not going to lose anybody to, I would rather watch, March Madness. So this is where I'm going to go, and I don't really care about what ESPN has to offer.
I need a true false statement on some of my questions on this. So if I already have ESPN Plus, Hulu, or Max, then I don't need to get this new streaming service. True or false?
Unknown.
Seems to be true, since it says the service will be available to all ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Max subscribers. So if it's available, doesn't mean I get it for free, though. Available means, you can get it through there. Okay. Does it come with it? No, you got to pay. So that's the question. How much will you have to pay? And will this even be necessary for everything? You know what I'm saying?
It's not going to be necessary for everything.
I got a lot of questions here.
But they want to have the place where you can go to for everything, so that you don't choose one. And then, it's if for instance, if it's ESPN and you choose to go with whatever company is broadcasting the sports you like the best and ESPN doesn't have it, well, they don't want that. They want your money too.
So does that mean they're going to take some of their broadcast games, NFL, MLB, NBA, or otherwise, off of broadcast, off of YouTube TV, off of DirecTV,
yes,
and only have it through this?
Eventually, yes.
I don't know.
This is horrible news.
It
actually.
seems like that would
They've
probably
already started moving a lot of that stuff, man.
Well, but it's available in a lot of those places. But the only thing I've seen so far where they've made you pay and there's nowhere else to see it, at least as far as the NFL goes, was that one playoff game that was on Peacock. Outside of that, it hasn't started to happen yet. But this is a road in that direction, isn't it?
The first two rounds of the Masters, ESPN is covering, and it's exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Okay, so there's another version.
ESPN.
And I'm sure there's been other versions I just didn't notice. So I have way too many streaming platforms. This makes me want to get rid of more, not buy more. So, all right, guys, that's 1 hour down and 2 to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Can't sleep with this cold.
Honey.
Honey?
Honey, you need NyQuil Severe Honey.
NyQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a dreamy honey taste.
Feeling better, honey? Honey? I'll take that as a yes.
Try NyQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu symptom relief. NyQuil Severe with honey flavor. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever. Honeylicious, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-819-1120. That's 800-819-1120. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-819-1120 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city 34 highway to 30 city 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
Our Chandler Police benefit from serving a supportive community. That strong partnership equips our police with the support, training, and technology needed to keep our city and employees safe. Our sunny skies and active lifestyle offer personal and family time for the desired work-life balance. Find your fit with the Chandler Police Department. Learn more at jointeamchandler.com. This message is sponsored by the City of Chandler.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K244 Round Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rhodes in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And we were just talking about this new streaming service that ESPN and Hulu and Disney and Fox and all these people are trying to put together. It's kind of confusing. And I guess the biggest question is, okay, you sons of bitches, how much is it going to cost? And what is going to be exclusively on there? What do I have to get this for? You know what I'm saying? I already have all the ESPNs. I already have all the Foxes. I already have all that stuff on YouTube TV. A lot of people already have it on cable. A lot of people already have it on DirecTV and other sources. So are you taking stuff off of there where I'm already paying to watch it? And now you're going to put it somewhere where I'd have to pay even more to watch it? I just need somebody to tell me what the damn rules are here so I can plan and act accordingly. Because I'm about to give some middle fingers to some companies. You know what I'm saying? Because if I already have, which I do, ESPN Plus and Hulu and Disney and Max, and I already have those things, and now you're going to charge me even more to get something through one of these platforms, I'm going to feel a bit put out. And I'm going to start deleting some things.
I mean, if you're calling it a streaming service, doesn't that scream to you a paywall? You're going to have to pay. If it's on Max, you have to pay for Max.
Well, I think what it is they're trying to say, here's a bunch of different channels. It's like they're doing their own version of YouTube TV, but it's like sports TV. And it's just the sports stuff. And you can pick different channels within that. I think that's what this is going to be. It's just going to be available through those other options.
Well, then I don't know what you're asking because there's no.
How
other-
much is this crap going to cost me,
Well,
and what's
I
going to
don't-
be exclusive on
I don't think there's any information available right now.
Well, I know. I'm not asking you, Randy. I'm just
You know,
asking the
it's
world.
$25.95 a month.
You just made that up. That's not real. But it'd be funny if it turned out to be exactly that. Moist one says TNT and TBS. That's Warner Brothers. But there's some NBC connection to both of those channels because they do interact during the Olympics and they do interact with basketball sometimes. So
I don't, because I know that with TNT, that's the, CBS, TNT, TBS. March Madness is on all of those Turner channels.
Well, I think that maybe TNT and TBS are just whores. They'll take money for anything you want to put on there.
No,
Maybe
they're listed as under the Warner umbrella.
Where's NBC under all that? That's the thing. And maybe I'm making a connection that doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, the thing is, NBC is in that Discovery.
Moist one says I'm thinking of USA. No, I am thinking of TBS and TNT. There are some TV shows that were NBC products that would end up on TNT or TBS. So I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Tell me how much it's going to cost. Tell me what's exclusive on there so I can make a decision on whether or not I feel like I have to do this.
Well,
but I'm getting rid of
it's
some other
saying
stuff.
that the content is going to include, NFL, NBA, WNBA, baseball, NHL, NASCAR, college sports, UFC, PGA, Grand Slam tennis, FIFA, the World Cup, cycling, and probably some other stuff.
All I heard was NFL. So if they put exclusive NFL games on there, yeah, well, that might force my hand because that's all I care about really on all that.
I mean, I care about the college football and
that's
basketball
you.
and stuff too. So
That's you. That's your cross to bear. Mine
Yeah.
is just the NFL. I don't know, maybe some NBA stuff.
and baseball.
Did they say NBA?
They did say NBA.
Yes.
All right, so
That's
now I
that's
care.
that's what the Turner part of that too. Yeah, you got.
TNT is only if those.
TNT and ESPN are very big into NBA.
Chuck, Shaq, and Ernie are only available there. Well, I'm going to be angry.
Well, and again, it might be a streaming service, like you said, Jeffrey, one-stop shop for all the sports. And then you'll have like add-ons for exclusive access to.
I will kill ESPN Plus. I will kill Hulu. I will kill Disney. I will kill Max. I will drop all of those services.
You're saying that on the air. The police are listening. Remember
because
last
they
time?
have pissed me off.
I don't think I can help you this time. Big George, you better get the car warmed up. He did it again.
I mean, I'm going to kill the accounts. I'm not going to kill the. You can't kill a corporation, although they do act like a person, though, don't they?
Didn't the Supreme Court say that they count as a person in political donations, which is sketchy and weird, but okay.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why. Wow.
Move on.
Is it possible there's corruption in the Supreme Court too?
No.
What? Moist one says, "God, I hate Law and Order." Yeah, there's a lot of that on the TNT and
No,
TBS.
that's true. Yeah.
Fifth letter says, "I'll take the $100,000 now for the Burger King thing." Okay, you have a great idea. Well, you can win $1 million if you want. Big George is confused. Just another face in the crowd says the sports bundling network could be called American Sports Streaming, or ASS for short. I like your thinking. I do like your thinking. Just another face in the crowd. Suffer an A's fan says the funny part here is, the real funny thing about this is all these competing streaming services are accomplishing is making more people turn to pirate stream sites. I'm not going to admit to any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just tell you, I tried. I did try to be a pirate. Right? I know the website, and I did the thing, and I clicked on a game just to see what would happen. But you can't. I can't get it on the TV. I couldn't cast it to my TV. I don't want to sit there and just watch it on a laptop.
Oh, my laptop's plugged into my TV. I'm
Yeah, I
not
guess I
admitting
could-
anything though.
Even if you do that, though, that you can't. It wouldn't let me full screen it, so I can't
Really?
even. Yeah, maybe I was doing it wrong. But all I know is that pirating thing ain't working for me. So that and my wife wouldn't approve. There's that, and I would start to feel guilty and probably turn myself in. Big George says, "I'm already on the phone with the FCC putting out the fire, Randy. Don't worry.
Thanks.
Jeffrey met kill as a metaphor. He's not literally. I was just talking about killing my accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Not an accountant.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Henry says they're gonna know nuts. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this, Henry. They're gonna go nuts. And he makes a shot. I'm not doing this. Big George says, I'm already, I already read that. Moist One says, you got to use the browser. What browser? Now I'm getting thinky wheel on Moist Ones. See, that's the thing. The texting program company has given me a block button, but it still hasn't given me a bulk delete button.
Just clear up some of those old texts,
Oh, Moist One. That's clever, but it won't. Will that let you full screen? He says you got to use the browser on your Fire Stick or Roku. Interesting. But I don't know. I got a smart TV. I don't have the Fire Stick on the TV.
Yeah,
but there is a browser on the TV. So actually, I could try that.
I got a dumb TV, so I just plug my laptop in and move the browser window over to the TV, and then full
Got a
screen on the TV.
19-inch
It does
black
full
and
screen
white
for
with
you?
rabbit ears in my bedroom. That's what I use.
I got a Motorola 6-inch TV. It's like a little thing you took on a boat. That's what I got.
My dad had one of those. But he's dead now.
That's all I got to watch when I was a kid. Against the Spread says, Jeffrey, you can Chromecast from a computer to a TV or run an MDMI cable. Yeah, I know. I got that. I'm just saying that on the screen itself, it wouldn't let me full screen for some reason. I don't know. Like I said, I might have been doing something wrong. Heavy Metal Maniac says, I tried a regular antenna and I couldn't get it to work on my TV. Well, your TV has to also accept a regular antenna. If it doesn't, Heavy Metal Maniac, you got to buy one little thing that goes in the middle of that. It will still work, but you just need one more attachment for that. And anyways, I feel like we're having way too much conversation telling people how to do things illegally here. So
it is the Daily Blender.
Yeah, I'm not going to participate in this. I'm not going to participate in the corruption of things. I'm not going to tell you that, you should go to stream, to NBABite.com. Not going to tell you that. Not going to tell you that. Even though I just went there and it's not working. Oh no, did they get shut down?
Isn't that a great feeling when you go to a certain website and it's like, oh, it's been seized by the FBI. I'm just going to back out of this.
I think they have.
Back out of this one and never return.
Yeah. Done there. Done there.
Already got your IP address. Too late.
Well, the feds cut us off at the pass, so let's move on to somebody else who's got a problem with some
They
feds.
usually go after the distributor, so just back away and never.
Well,
never
they
come
were going
back.
after people on the old Napster days. I don't know if you remember
Yeah,
that.
I do remember that.
Poor
That
lady.
and that one kid.
Like he had it coming, but that old lady, she didn't. Anyway, so remember how Brett Favre stole money from welfare funds?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. And then they're like, hey, this $1.1 million of taxpayer money right there. And you've had that for a while. And that $1.1 million there. And they're like, hey, just so you know, it's not just the money. We're going to need the interest too. And so he paid back $500,000 and then he paid back $600,000. And now they're saying, we did math. And you need to pay us $729,790, which was the interest from you having that money for as long as you did. And so, yeah, we've been going over interest here, and gonna have to give us that money right here.
Well, Brett, it looks like you're going to be hawking some more of that copper metal safety that you and Jerry Rice are going to have to make a few more of those commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they say, hey, I don't know why Favre thinks he's entitled to the equivalent of an interest-free loan of $1.1 million in taxpayer money, but he's fighting it. Just saying. So $730,000 is going to need to come from him, especially for all the dirty dealings. I tell you what, man. He was working to try to get more welfare money to go to a volleyball facility for a school he was affiliated with.
If I were him, I would not say a word. I would just try and find a way to pay the money back, because we have the texts of him saying,
Yep.
this is not going to look good. The media can't find out.
This is stop trying to sue Pat McAfee. Stop trying to sue Shannon Sharp. Just quietly
do what Moist Ones is suggesting. He says Brett Favre should start an OnlyFans. Yeah. So your little teeny wiener that you like to send to reporters, you share that with people. Maybe you'll make a couple of bucks.
And you've already got a subscriber, Moist One.
Yeah, Moist One will be probably the only subscriber.
Yeah, I mean, like literally your only fan. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, but here we are.
So now, this is just a giant mess, but those were ill-gotten gains, and he had ill-gotten gains of interest while he had those ill-gotten gains. He should be on the hook for the interest just as much, but wow, where do you get that sort of return? Like if I had a $1.1 million there, okay, and I stick it into a bank, how long does that have to be there for me to get $729,000 back for it? So this all goes back to 2017. Is that what it is? So if I put $1 million in the bank for 7 years, I'll get.
You're asking us to do math again.
700 plus thousand. That seems like a pretty high interest rate there.
Hey, Keon, just buzz me when he's done with this math stuff. I'm going to take a nap.
I'm done, Randy. I'm not doing any more math. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I don't know what bank gets those interest rates, but I want to put some money in it. Maybe I should put some money in Mississippi.
Don't these grants and stuff don't they land in like a what am I thinking of not an investment account but
mutual fund,
a mutual fund? Don't they do that?
Well, these funds were supposed to go directly to people who needed it on welfare, and to also help for education, and also to help for facilities, and also to help for doing things to help the common good. This money was never intended to go into Brett Favre's pocket for speeches he didn't give.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, when they open these when they have that kind of funding, they put those in like mutual funds or money market accounts, and that's why they can get better interest, better return on that.
This is a make-believe interest number because that's not what they do with the money. So they're saying if we had that money in the bank like Favre did, they're basically saying is Favre got interest for that. So if he had that money, he owes us the money plus the interest of where the money came from. So what they're using as their basis for the interest rate, if you're the lawyers, they got to go back and say, listen, temporary assistance for needy families fund, you got to let's go ahead and be looking at how interest rates were back in 2017 to now and calculate an appropriate number. If they did, and that is the number, Brett Favre, you better pay it. So there might be some settlement or negotiating that they can do for that. But Quiet Cannon says, yeah, 729,000 on 1.1 million in 7 years, about 16% annual compound interest. You can't get that at any bank, or I don't think you can get that in a mutual fund either.
That's
just guessing.
That's predatory loan levels of interest. But you know what? You stole the money. They didn't give it to you. So again, how much complaining do you get to do?
Well, I mean, technically, they did give it to him. I mean, technically, that the guy who was making this contact, right?
Randy, if somebody gives you stolen money, it's still stolen money, and especially when you can prove he knew this was bad.
I'm not saying
everyone involved is going to jail, except for Favre, I guess. So
we should at least pay back the interest, even if it seems unfair.
I agree, but it's 16%.
So did they actually ever send the $5 million to build that new volleyball arena in Southern Miss where his daughter played? Did that, because he was trying to get the governor to do that. I don't know if they ever actually did that. Can he be, I guess that's just a conspiracy. So I don't know how much he can blow back on him, but old Governor Bryant, that guy's got to go to jail, man. That guy's going to go to jail. Suffering A's fan says, I don't care if they're overestimating interest rates if it screws Favre over even more.
Not a Favre fan, eh?
I kind of, it's not even about what, I mean, I was a fan of his playing football. He always seemed like a likable guy when you see the videos of him joking around the sideline. Fast forward to him sending his little dinkle pictures to some reporter unsolicited, and you're like, well, that was dumb. And now this, where you taking welfare funds, that's what they call evil. So he has transcended a lovable good old boy playing some football dumb and sort of horrible sexual harasser to now thieving bastard. So, yeah, you're right, Suffernese fan. I don't care if they overestimate the interest either, but like I say, I like to kind of look at these things and see what the fairness of it is, even in a punishment. My wife gets on me about this sort of thing. She'll say something about something and I'll say, well, no, honestly, it was this and this. And you're like, well, you're on their side? No, I'm on the side of accuracy and what's honest on this. So accuracy and honesty, is that an appropriate, interest rate for Mississippi to actually demand from that? Maybe not. But as a punishment, a judge can say, yeah, it totally is. And I'm all for it. Thumbs up. Hefty Lefty says, damn, when they hit him with the credit card interest, they mean business. That's even low for credit card. No, that's a good point. That is a good point, Hefty Lefty. CK says, hey, we're one day closer to my 49ers getting number 6. Hit me with a foghorn, Randy. No, we're not fans of the 49ers. I don't know.
Do I have to do that?
You don't have to do anything.
Foghorn?
You can pour him a drink if he wants, but I don't know if we're going to keep hitting that damn foghorn.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, you're a nicer man than me.
I think that was actually the sound of the reality truck about to hit Favre. That's what I'm hoping that is.
Oh, yeah. Because look, the interest does seem high, but I mean, there's no way they haven't done the math and can prove it, because they can't just hit him with that with no way to corroborate that with whatever they're using to say, hey, this is how much money it would have made if we had kept it and not given it to anybody. We would have had more money than giving it to you.
He needs to pay this, and he needs to quietly go away. It turns out there were 47 what they call well-connected people who helped with this whole mess, funneling $77 million away from their intended recipients. And Mississippi is one of the poorest one of the poorest states in the entire country. So, this whole thing was deeper than Favre, but still, yeah. Penalties are penalties, man. Pay up. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. More random sports stuff when we return. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAwon'twait.com. That's GAwon'twait.com.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar Podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar Podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-909-8122. 800-909-8122. 800-909-8122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Grand Canyon University basketball is back for another exciting season. After advancing to March Madness in 2 of his 3 seasons as the head coach, Bryce Drew brings a team to the court this season, picked to win the conference once again, and led by first-team All-WAC selection Gabe McLaughlin and WAC preseason Player of the Year Ray Harrison. Check out the schedule at gculopes.com to find matchups with San Francisco, DePaul, Liberty, and last year's national championship runner-up, the San Diego State Aztecs. Join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on The Fanatic, the home of Lopes basketball.
Today, Blizzard.
The Daily Blizzard. All right.
I was reading Shooter McGavin's text and speaking at the same time in my head. It seemed to make sense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and good to hear about that, Shooter McGavin. Listen, I know we got the Super Bowl on Sunday, but we also got some stuff for you on Saturday as well, some college basketball. We got Baylor at Kansas at 3:45 p.m., followed by GCU at Utah Valley at 5:45 p.m. Then, of course, Sunday, it's all Super Bowl all day, every day, all that. So there you go. 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook is telling me what his Whopper creation is. I don't know if you should tell me that. Wait, what? Why are you sending me a link? I can't click on this link, so I don't know what it is. Can't you just tell me what it is without making me click on links? I don't want to click on links. Wait, I don't like when people try to make me click on links. Is there a thing where when you put your suggestion in, you can share it with other people or something? I don't know. Anyway, Kiss the Cook. Just better you just tell me. Just another face in the crowd says, how in the hell does a state lose $77 million to a group and the feds haven't poked their nose into this RICO scam? Feds are in this. The feds are prosecuting all this. I think they're being a little soft on it, to be honest. But no, the feds are very much involved in all this. Probably, if it weren't for the feds, this probably would have gone away. Hefty Lefty says, sounds like Brett Favre needs to call loved Fanatic Optima Tax Relief. No. This isn't a tax problem. This is a he stole money problem.
I don't think they have those particular services to help you pay interest on money you stole. That's a little different. It's a little different.
T-Licious says, thoroughly enjoyed night 1 of Super Bowl coverage until Kermit said Niner Nation, wanted to slap the bleep out of him. And that 11-year-old reporter stole the show, by the way. Oh, yeah, that little guy. He was awesome. He was interviewing Kelsey and a bunch of these guys. There's always a kid. They always throw a kid in there, and everybody's like, "Aw."
That kid was so good last year. They brought him back.
Yeah, he really was, and he might be better this year. So
yeah.
But as far as what do you care if he says Niner Nation? He's talking to your fan base, so I don't know why that bothers you that he said it. I don't know. Do you get upset if somebody speaks directly to the? I don't think I'd be upset if some of the radio guys says, "Hey, super fans of the Fourth Dimension, talking to you guys." I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right. Show them the respect." Feel like, well, maybe Patrick Mahomes was just showing your horrible fan base respect
because you're not doing it.
No, I have plans. No plans to. No,
I wouldn't dream of it.
Well, we're going to talk about Super Bowl stuff here very soon. If not today, tomorrow maybe. I don't know. So you know how I don't care for the professional fake wrestling. You know, and you know how the fake wrestling people, they always they'll say this. They'll say, "Well, it's a predetermined outcome. It's the same as when you watch a TV show. Sure, the outcome is scripted, but these guys are real athletes and they're putting their bodies on the line and yada 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 yada." But here's the thing: I always contend. A lot of people who watch that think it's real.
And we call those people idiots. And, you can't tell me that most people who watch wrestling don't think it's real, because they do. And, now The Rock's daughter is finding out the hard way that a lot of them do, because she's getting death threats. Let me explain. There's a backstory here, and I wish I didn't know it, but I do. All right.
Okay.
So The Rock has a daughter named Simone. She performs in wrestling, fake wrestling, as Ava on NXT, which is kind of like minor league for WWE, as far as I can understand, right?
Yeah.
So in the WWE, there's a wrestler named Cody Rhodes. He's been on a 2-year quest to defeat Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. And it's been one of their major storylines for quite some time. And just over a week ago, Cody won the annual Royal Rumble match, which was supposed to guarantee him the opportunity to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 in April. Okay, so the Royal Rumbles, when these guys all jump in the ring together and pretend to beat the crap out of each other, but they already know which one's going to win. That's for the smart people here.
All right.
But I don't know if you know this or not, but The Rock recently returned to WWE. He's on the board of directors for the parent company, but I guess with that, he's also returning to in-ring action, and it's just been announced he's going to be the main event WrestleMania fight against Roman Reigns. And so he just cut in front of Cody Rhodes, and WWE fans are in revolt. They're out of their minds. And so they're very upset. And the funny thing is, they've wanted this match for years. The Rock and Reigns are actually cousins. And fans got very invested, though, in Cody finishing his fake wrestling story and beating Reigns at WrestleMania. That's what everybody wanted. And so they feel cheated. It got so bad that I guess Cody came in the ring and the fans gave him an ovation. They were chanting, "Rock sucks, Rock sucks." And so back to the death threats. Ava, she tweeted out about him saying, "Leave me out of this. I got nothing to do with this." So she's getting death threats over this whole thing.
That's insane.
Because why would you send death threats to an actor for something another actor is doing in a play or a TV show or a movie? Because these morons believe it's real.
I mean, you'd have to.
Do you see what I'm saying?
What else? Why else would you send them? They can't affect anything else. It's real bizarre. It's like the male equivalent of Swifties. They're just crazy people in this that think that they are actually influencing something, and they're not. They have no control whatsoever.
You're watching boxing and somebody else gets a bout before the other one. Do you call in a death threat?
No.
Well, most people who have normal level of intelligence and sanity don't call in death threats. So you're angry about, Suffering A's fan, a soap opera. You're angry about how somebody did a villain turn and somebody got hosed in a soap opera. So you're calling in a death threat to one of the actresses who happens to be related to the guy you're really mad at?
It'd be like if they ever made another James Bond movie and you wanted somebody else to be a villain for Bond, but then they chose another guy, and then you put in death threats for that guy's niece.
That doesn't make any sense.
No,
what
is that supposed to fix?
So
absurd.
Don't ever try to talk me into fake wrestling. This is just the dumbest thing. It's so dumb. Moist One says, yes, and by the way, that is Dusty Rhodes' kid, Cody. Oh, yeah. We are not going to invoke the ghost of Dusty Rhodes for this. I mean, I guess we could.
Just let that one alone, I guess.
Hamilton Porter says, Cody's daddy was Dusty Rhodes. CK says, I wonder what Dusty Rhodes thinks about all this. All right. Okay.
Well, listen, Daddy, I think it's pretty bad when Rocket's got to go in there. He's got to get the limelight all over himself. It's not bad enough that he's got all the money in the whole damn world. Now he's got to go ahead and jinx off one of my kids and you know, hey, listen, Cody Reigns, he needs to beat Rock's ass and get in the ring with my son, because that's the right way to do it. That's what we did it back in the day when wrestling was real and men were men and sheep was scared. Because I come from the sheep fields back in Georgia, and I can tell you right now, my friend, if Dusty Rhodes was alive today, he would go down there and he would take care of that situation. He would climb on that boardroom table and he would take the Rock to task. That's what Dusty Rhodes would do.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Here's the thing, Ghost of Dusty Rhodes. That's probably exactly what they have planned in this fake wrestling thing. Now they know everybody's all upset about it. She's getting real death threats, but I guarantee you there's going to be that moment when Cody Rhodes shows up at WrestleMania and everybody's like, oh, he's here, and there's a big fake fight. So honestly, just, yeah, the worst part about this is his daughter is getting real death threats over fake wrestling. Don't tell me these people don't think it's real. No housewife has ever phoned in a bomb threat because of something that happened to Luke or Laura on General Hospital. It's never happened.
Are they still around? Luke and Laura, are they still around?
No, I think
no clue. But every now and then Stephen A shows up on General Hospital, so something's got to be the same.
Well, there's some death threats could probably be used. Kiss the Cook. Yeah, he's sharing. I'm not going to share your creations on radio. I don't want you guys to get your stuff stolen. Let's see. Suffering A says wrestling is daytime soap opera for men. Hefty Lefty says there are terrible fans in every form of entertainment. Remember all the terrible things the newer Star Wars actors got for the things they had no control over? I don't think there was any asthmatic death threats called in. I can tell you right now, I'm going to come down there. Hold on. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to blast you with my authentic Star Wars blaster.
I heard some of this stuff got pretty out of hand with that.
For Star Wars?
Yes. Because those people are adults now. So it's not like my blaster. It's like, no, I have a gun now.
So here's what we all need to do.
Insane people are fans of everything.
Let's pool our money in
a 357 Magnum.
Let's all pool our money and buy an island. Can we just get the hell out of
leave?
Here? I need to leave society. It's just so stupid. Hamilton Porter says, ironically, if you hear him talk, Cody does have the same lisp as his dad. That might be on purpose for for show. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's a hereditary thing. Usually lisp is not. It's not hereditary unless you're speaking Castilian Spanish. Yes, I would like to go to Barcelona. Oh, Big George says, hey, are there any Long John Silver still around? That's a very random question.
Let me text the guys on the blender. They'll know if there's any Long John Silvers around.
You could just Google it yourself, George.
You're on a phone.
What,
you
George?
texted Google.
Yeah. George, the only Long John Silvers you're going to find is right here. Me, Jeffrey, and Keon. Those are the Long John Silvers you're going to find, Jack.
Don't know what it means, but I support you. Donnie says NFL players get death threats. Oh, yeah, like for messing up people's fantasy football and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. That's the epitome of dumb. Cardinal Art says, hey, can I get a weather forecast report? Well, I guess we could do
weather forecast.
And you like a shot of Jameson, please.
A little Jameson for you. And, from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, currently downtown Phoenix, 61 degrees. It's 43 in Sedona, 35 in Munns Park. And we're looking for more rain throughout the night. I'm looking at the radar. It's crossing across the valley, coming from the south, directly north now. Wind out of the south at 10 miles an hour with gusts up to 20. We're going to have rain tomorrow at 61 for the high. Thursday, they're calling for more rain at 59 for the high. Friday, sunshine at 60. And then Saturday, more rain at 52. But on Super Bowl Sunday, 62 degrees. Again, it's 61 right now from the Harmon Solar 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. This is the weather. Hefe. Back to you, Jeff Go.
Thank you, Randy. And of course, Cardinal Art was enjoying my Instagram post. I put that on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. People are enjoying it. Everybody except for Randy, because he jumped off of social media. So I'm not even telling him what it was.
Well, I saw it because Miss Kim's still on social media, and she texted to me. Very funny and very accurate. Very accurate.
Foiled again. Okay. No, it is accurate. It's an actual photograph. Anyway, where were we here? Raven Kid says, I can separate the real from the fake. I haven't sent a single death threat over this whole situation, but I'm very much tired of seeing Dwayne's boring ass on my TV show. That's the most I've said about all this on your TV show.
Well, it is that.
Mm-hmm.
It is very accurately
It's
that.
like grandma. She's like, it's my stories. Yeah. You're watching a soap opera, kid. You're watching a soap
my
opera.
shows, man.
It's my stories. Just another face in the crowd says, during the World Series, some nitwit walked into our local watering hole and demanded to put wrestling on one of the TVs. When the owner said no, hell no, he threatened to sue him. Enough said about wrestling fans. Well, at least he only threatened to sue him. Hamilton Porter says, oh, I don't think so, George, but I did see a Bennigan's recently. Few and far between, says just another face in the crowd when it comes to the Long John Silvers. So Pineapple Express says, hey, if you're listening for an island to escape to, may I interest you in the island of Red Sea, an island in the Red Sea off the coast of Yemen? No, I was thinking more like Montana.
There's an island in Montana.
Oh, no, there he is. Moist One knows. It's on Flathead Lake. There's a couple of islands. There's one, it's like $72 million.
Okay.
We could fortify that thing and just start our own country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they have very loose gun laws there, too. So we'd be okay. Just saying.
Very loose gun
Oh,
laws.
my God. Yeah. Your defense in Montana can be, well, you had it coming. And then they're like, no, you're not wrong. Okay. And that's it. You're good.
Well, he did have it coming.
Yeah. I mean, that's on the side of the road. They don't even take you in after that. That's it. He drew first. Yeah, that sounds good. And that's it. They don't want to fill out paperwork in Montana.
Are you sure?
Just
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right.
Wait. You're pretty sure. I'm very sure. All right, I'll see you at the cookout later. That's it. Free man right there. When we come back, I got questions for Andy about this Major League Baseball hot stove thing. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, you're up next. Ugh, my throat hurts so bad. There's no way I can sing tonight.
Here, try these.
Vicks VapoCool drops.
Yeah, Vicks VapoCool Drops has maximum strength menthol with a rush of Vicks vapors.
Ooh, I can already feel it.
I told you. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Vaporize sore throat pain fast with Vicks VapoCool Drops.
2 yards should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
What in? The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best teed up at the 2024 WM Phoenix Open presented by Taylor Morrison. February 5th through 11th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, during Staples Print Big Sale, get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. So the more you print at Staples, the more you save. To demonstrate, print at Staples, you save. But if you print at Staples, you save. See how that works? Staples Print Big Sale. Print more, save more, up to $100. Ends 2/10. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. My biggest priority is for Arizona students to be more proficient at reading and math. That's why I'm making $40 million available to offer one-on-one tutoring for elementary school students in Arizona public and charter schools who did not test proficient. This program will offer more income for participating teachers, which they deserve. Visit azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. 1580, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Got to get caught up on the text line here. Mr. Wilbur says, Big George, Long John Silver's is right next to Bob's Big Boy. That's where it's at. Hefty Lefty says, don't know about Long John Silver's, but I believe the adult star Long Dong Silver passed away years ago. It's really not relevant to a seafood restaurant, but thanks, Hefty Lefty.
Miss Kim was telling me during the break that Long John Silver's at 92nd Avenue in Northern.
Oh, there is one. Okay. All right. Sounds like there are some still around, Big George. Oily Stool says, rest in peace to Toby Keith. What team did he play for? I mean,
Toby Keith was a country and western music star that died of stomach cancer today.
Oh. So I guess Gwen Stefani is a widow now?
No, that's the she's not married to
was she Keith. Well, maybe she was before.
No.
Oily Stool and I think we both agree. So does he still have a bunch of bars and stuff out there?
Toby Keith?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Doesn't he own a bunch of like I don't know anything about country music. Hamilton Porter says, you could be the first humans to populate Snake Island. Yeah, no. If you tell me an island is called Snake Island, I'm not going there.
No.
I'm not afraid of them like Indiana Jones, but I certainly don't want to live around a bunch of them. So, no. Swave Dave says, what does everybody think about the new catchphrase for meteorologists? Atmospheric river. That's the new one. How about a few days of constant rain, just like a haboob instead of saying a dust storm? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, atmospheric river. I'd never heard that one before, Randy.
No, neither have I. And I've
That's
been
just
a
made up.
meteorologist for many years.
Well, you've been a fake meteorologist since 2018 at least.
Well, yeah, it could be, but not fake. But yes, that is a stupid term. Come on, please.
Yeah, atmospheric river. Just a bunch of
Please.
damn rain.
Yeah.
Moist One says, can you smell the rock I'm cooking? He says that he gives that quote to Apache Junction neighbors. That is accurate. Donnie says, Jeffrey, what is your favorite TV show? I bet that's fake too. Well, yeah. Yeah. It's called scripted television. Guess what else is scripted? Fake wrestling. I'm not going to argue with you about this, Donnie. Haruto says, Mr. O'Brien, if you're looking to escape to an island, why not visit the Senkaku Islands? These are disputed between Japan and China, and there might be a war over them. Okay, first off, you sons of bitches trying to send me to Snake Island. Now Haruto's trying to send me to a place where I'll get shelled by either side.
You're in the middle of a war. That's not a home.
I'm sorry you're all poor and you can't afford your own island, okay? Don't be jealous. I'm buying an island, and guess what? You're not going, Haruto.
Trying to get people murdered.
Yeah.
Either by
Hefty
the
lefty.
Japanese or the Chinese or
Whoever
both.
Suggested Snake Island. You're not invited.
That's just a given.
Henry says, great place to hide is North Sentinel Island. I'm not looking to hide. I'm looking to live there. And I'm looking to own it and keep everybody else off it. Just saying. Big George says, I'm impressed with Randy and his opera skills. Randy's
Excuse
opera
me?
skills.
My opera skills.
Yeah, he says in the BET commercial. No, the Bet 365 commercial, I think is what he's saying. Yeah. Did you sing in that?
No.
Nondescript says the only Long John Silvers that are still around are the combo ones where you get Taco Bell or Pizza Hut sharing the same building with them.
Really?
You really want fast food fish? It just doesn't sound like
that doesn't sound like it's going to go well. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's a lot of opportunity for.
Call it fast food fish because it exits the body at a high velocity.
Fast. Yeah. Hefty Lefty says closest Long John Silver to George is Gardena or Calamasa. Yeah. Okay. Where is Calamasa? Where is that in California? I don't know. Tiawa says, forget Long John Silver's. You all need to get some Mariscos from. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. He might be trying to make me say something dirty. No, I'm not even kidding. I better Google this one. I'm going to catch Tiawa's trying to get me in trouble here. Oh, no, it's a thing. Okay. Caliche Town. Am I saying it right? Caliche Town. I guess it's a Mexican food restaurant there I'd never heard of. I am intrigued. I'm listening to Tiawa's. Sorry, I doubted you, but people have tried it before. Swave Dave says, I believe Toby Keith sold all his restaurants here in the Valley. I love his bar, though. I think he played in the NFL at some point. Or am I mistaking him with another country artist?
I don't think he played in the NFL, did he?
I don't know. I lost interest like minutes ago. So rest in peace, whatever the guy's name was. T-Licious says, Niner fans are Empire or Faithful. We are not nation. We're like the Brown Hole Raiders. Empires conquer nations, by the way. Oh, brother. Now I'm kind of rooting for the Chiefs.
Yeah, if you're going to be this pedantic, he was trying to give you a compliment. Usually people, if they don't know what your specific fan base is called, will say whatever your fan base and nation. I don't think he was trying to be offensive to you. And if you're offended by that, that's the softest thing I've ever heard. He called his Niners nation instead of empire. Are you? Come on, man. Really? Are we being serious right now?
I'd have called him Niners dip bleeps. That's what I'd have done. I'd have just said whatever.
Yeah, he's nicer than anybody on this show.
Yeah, everybody's nicer than me.
What are we doing?
Just another face in the crowd says scripted television has much more talented writers than fake wrestling. Coom says,
and actors.
Coom says there's a standalone Long John Silver's on 19th Avenue in Bell. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, what about Pete's Fish and Chips? They still open? Flappy Max says, yeah, Pete's Fish and Chips, go to right there. That's another place I won't go to. It's the same reason. Moist One says there's lots of fast food fish around here. They're called massage. No. Yeah, just moving on now. All right, that's it. I think I've caught up enough. Let's see. Sun Devil Raul is trying to say something, but the text line is locking up on me, so I'll have to get back to you in a second. Randy, we went to break.
Yep.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about the MLB hot stove.
Okay.
So
what would you like to know about the hot stove?
Well, here I looked it up, and it dates back to the late 19th century when people would actually gather around literal hot stoves during cold winter months and talk about baseball to try to take their minds off the crippling cold. And those informal gatherings became known as the Hot Stove League because discussions were often intense and passionate, much like the heat radiating from the stove. Okay, so are they still doing hot stove stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, every offseason when you start talking about free agents that are available to move to other teams, they call that the hot stove. That's a free agent tracker, if you will. And if you look up on MLB, the hot stove, they have the MLB free agent and hot stove tracker is what they call it.
Okay. So now that has become a website is what you're telling me.
Well, it's on MLB.com, but there are many different versions of it. You can look it up on the Goog if you want to. I always go to MLB.com because that seems to be the most relevant and the most accurate and up to date. So
is there anything hot stoving about the Diamondbacks right now?
Well, the Diamondbacks have made some moves. They haven't made a ton of moves, but you might remember they picked up the pitcher from Seattle. They got the
dude with the pearls.
Yeah, they got Jock Peterson. Yeah. So that was all part of the hot stove. So Yeah.
All right. I'm just kind of curious if we were hot. Is it called hot stovin'? Because I like that, calling it hot stovin'.
Well, you can call it hot stovin' if you'd like.
We're
Yeah,
hot
sure, go ahead.
stovin' right now.
Yeah, hot stovin'.
And we're in the we just want to know if there's anything for the Diamondbacks in that hot stovin'. That's all.
Yeah, it's just a list of all the free agents for at loss for a better term. That's what it
I'm
calls.
hot stovin'. Check it and
see.
Hot stovin'. That's I don't think that should be a song. Or should it be a song?
103.
Do you like my hot stovin' song, or should
I
we
like it. No,
should
I
we
think
not?
we should cut that.
We
Yeah,
shouldn't cut that.
We should definitely lay that down on some tape.
So we should lay that down on some
Yeah,
tape.
we should lay that down on some tape.
I don't know if I should be the one to sing it though. Feel
Well,
like I maybe out of
Keon
my
could sing
range.
it. I mean,
Ray,
Keon
do you
could
have the
really-
range to sing Hot
Yeah.
Stovin'?
I
Check it, see?
absolutely do not.
Can
Hot
you sing
Stovin',
like Lou Graham of
103?
Foreigner? Can you do that?
No, I couldn't carry
Just
a
give
note.
it a try.
if
You never know unless you try.
No, I've
Come on,
tried
Keon.
singing many times. I
Are
couldn't.
you an
carry-
American or an American?
I couldn't carry a note if you put it in a bag.
He's an
There's
American.
there's
He's
no way.
American.
There's no
Yeah.
way. Hey, call me what you want. I
Mark him
can't
down
sing.
on American.
Cannot sing, and I've tried. It's not, and I'm not trying here, so I can be roasted on the blender and also have this,
This is a safe
immortalized in a
space.
recording.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it is literally not that.
Oh yeah, very safe.
No, I like Blender.
Mm-hmm.
Safe space, it ain't.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Okay.
By agreeing to disagree, that means you agree with me.
Yep.
888-368-1580.
Still not singing. So.
So, did you see this? The other day, a set of 6 Nike Air Jordans worn by Michael Jordan when he won those 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls, the set sold for over $8 million. Isn't that something? $8 million. And then a pair of sneakers he wore with the Washington Wizards sold for $8, which that's probably more impressive.
I don't think so. I think that's kind of crazy just because
No, that he got $8 for the ones he wore with the Wizards.
the ones he wore with the Wizards,
Should have
that,
been like
that,
2 or
that
$3
man,
maybe.
that man scored 60 points in a Wizards uniform and damn near carried a team with nobody on it. That's
Yeah,
like some
but
of
it-
his greatest basketball because it had to be by necessity.
But it's the Wizards, so really $3. That should be about all it was.
Hey, call it what you want, man.
Right.
But I will never forgive Michael Jordan for being a Wizard right when I started watching basketball, thus shackling me to that franchise for the rest of my
Is
life.
that how it happened?
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I was a kid. The Jordan 60-point game was on TV, and I was like, whoa.
Why didn't
I
you
love
just change teams already? You don't have to be stuck there. That's not fair. That's a good enough reason, I think, to change teams.
I disagree. You pick the team, you stick with the team. That's the kind of person I've always been.
Sounds like abuse.
It's not.
You're being abused by the Washington Wizards.
Because sports is one of my interests. I watch the Wizards and then I do other things with my life. I think it's not abuse.
I feel like it's abuse, though.
No.
Let's go ahead and get caught up on the text line here. Heavy Metal Maniac says there are 7 Long John Silvers. Oh, Jesus Christ. In the Valley. I went to their website and I found it. It's amazing how it works. There's 2 standalone Long John Silvers. They're not part of Taco Bell. George could have done this himself. Stop enabling Big George to use the 4th dimension as Google. He could just use Google. I do realize the irony in me yelling that at you guys when I'm constantly asking Keon to look stuff up. But it's his job.
But it's
It is your job.
It's my job. And also, like, trying to look stuff up yourself while you're talking is a little bit different than Big
It
George
actually is not that hard, but I just like
being
having
at
you do
home, and he's just at home.
Yeah,
he could
George's
Google
doing
that.
nothing.
He's asking us and then waiting for the delayed response of everybody answering his question when he could have looked up whether or not Long John Silvers are open, which one is closest to him, and gotten directions to go in the time that it took everybody to answer.
Yeah, George. Oh, against the spread's upset, but you're not going to believe what he's upset about.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Says meteorologists are turning into bootleg shock jocks, coming up with these garbage ass catchphrases to captivate the ignorant masses with doom porn. The atmospheric river is actually a pineapple express. It's caused by El Nino weather patterns. The polar vortex is a cold air mass that moves south over the continental U.S. By the way, how is Long John Silver still around? I'd rather drink a quart of Pennzoil than ever eat there.
They have nice cheese curds. That's probably one reason. I'm just throwing that out there.
They have nice cheese curds at Long John Silver's.
The last time I was at one.
Oh my God.
Of course, that was 6 years ago. So.
Now I've heard everything.
By the way,
Culver's has better ones though, so I'll probably never go back. But
I agree with everything against the spread just said. Yeah. Fifth letter says it's a very safe place here, Keon. By the way, Keon, your Washington sports teams suck.
I feel absolutely cared for.
Kiss the Cook says best place to hide inside an IKEA store. He says let's do a flash mob hide and seek. We're never doing a flash mob. That is never happening.
No,
but that is a good place to get lost.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Hour 3 next. Daily Blender 1580 Fanatic.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 8th through the 10th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose there in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, what sporting event is making you wince and emote like that, Keon? What are you watching over there that's causing you angst?
So the on the Pro Football Reference,
Yeah.
I was on there during the break, and they have this thing called the Immaculate Grid, and you have to, and so like on one side it'll have a list of teams, and then on the other side it'll have a list of teams, and you have to guess players that match, teams. So guys that played for, one was like the Dolphins and the Bears, which I missed that one completely. And then
so it's like a trivia contest.
Yeah, it's like a little trivia thing. It's not even a contest. It's just like your own personal. Like they have the reference of players, so you can go and see what you missed and all of that other stuff. But it's not like a for anything in particular. Just a fun thing to do during the break. So.
No, I saw your face. You looked like you were in distress.
Well, because it just in the moment, I was trying to finish it before the commercial break, and I was like,
maybe your Wizards were playing or something.
No, they're tanking. If they win, that's actually worse.
Yeah, that'll cause that face.
Yeah, just stop.
Moist One says, the stove is not hot this offseason. Cody Bellinger, Blake Snell, Jordan Montgomery still available. That's 3 of the top 5 free agents right now.
Well, and they also teams, what teams could pick them up? I mean, the Yankees were going to pick up Blake Snell. They were going to make a big offer to him, but apparently he didn't want to end up in New York pinstripes. I don't know why, but he doesn't want to go there. So maybe it's his preference. I don't know. Cody Bellinger is a real head scratcher for me. I would have thought somebody would have picked him up right away. I mean, the guy's a former league MVP. He had a little down year last year. He had an injury, but the bottom line is the guy started to return back to form before he became a free agent. And the longer that goes on, you gotta wonder, well, what's wrong with him that nobody wants him? So you'll see a team swoop in, maybe in spring training. You'll see a team swoop in if somebody gets injured and they want to replace him with a Cody Bellinger. They'll swoop in and pay his price. Other than that, it's just kind of weird. I mean, the Diamondbacks, they're pretty stacked, but can you imagine their pitching if they got Blake Snell in the rotation? I mean, good night. I don't think they would be able to pay the kind of money that he wants, but can you imagine, though?
I can absolutely imagine.
And why, where does he want to go if he's not going with the Padres and he's going to be a free agent and the Yankees have made a substantial offer? I mean, where is he going to end up? I mean, good questions. Kind of fun to keep track of this stuff.
Jonesy says Cody Bellinger is baked like 24/7. I was not aware of that.
He does have one of those faces where it's like, man,
he's
they need to drug test you every day.
What's his specialty? Is he cupcakes or what kind of baking is bread?
I don't think that's what they mean.
That's artisanal bread.
Yeah, or artisanal. You're in the right. You're getting warmer. You're getting warmer.
Okay. All right.
Big George, no, I'm not asking your question. I'm not even going to say what you're asking because I'm not going to have you using the fourth dimension as your own personal 411. No, you know what? If you don't, you drive around and look. I'm not having the fourth dimension tell you where things are. All right. You've used up your one. That's it.
What's he asking this time?
I'm not telling you because then people will start telling him. McMama says eating at Long John Silver's will leave you with an atmospheric river running out of your ass.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's my favorite text today. You leave you with an atmospheric river running out of your ass. Well written, McMama. Damn, that was good. Tia says, I'll take Yannette Garcia as my meteorologist any day. Sorry, Randy. I don't know who Yannette Garcia is, but I think she might be a girl.
Kind of hurts. I mean, to be honest with you, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
You got all the eye candy you need right here on the YouTube feed.
Yeah.
And you're going to take Yannette? Somebody who can't spell Janet? Moist One says Scott Boras is the agent for all 3, and he's waiting teams out till they reach his number. Well,
I mean, it's typical of any agent, but Scott Boras is one of the one of the top agents in Major League Baseball, and that's why he makes a lot of money. That's why he's one of the top agents, because players go with him. They know that they're going to get their price or very close to what they're asking.
Mr. Wilbur says a hot stove to me is something that when I touch it, it burns me. Well, as a blind man, you need to avoid hot stoves at all costs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Against the Spread says this incredible amount of rainfall is actually a good thing for LA. Finally, all the fecal matter left in the streets by vagrants and drug addicts be cleaned up. Those mudslides. Nope, not a mudslide. That's not what you're seeing. That's something else. That's a button mudslide. Against the Spread, that's horrible. Not all homeless people are just homeless by choice, and not everybody who's a vagrant or a drug addict is, you you got to have a little more empathy for some people. It's not like everybody's on vacation. A lot of these people have tragedy and things that have put them in that situation.
And unfortunately, once you are in a position where you're homeless, it's just incredibly difficult to get out. Getting a job, most jobs require that you have an address.
I found a homeless guy sleeping in the back of a radio station once, but that guy never pooped or threw up or peed in front of our building. But you know who did? All the Scottsdale gals who were drunk and stumbling, because this radio station was like right there in Old Town Scottsdale. And I had problems with the drunk gals stumbling down the street, puking and pooping and peeing all over the front of our business. So it was never the homeless guy. He was just back there trying to sleep and avoid those people. So take it easy. I mean, there is a problem with these things, and not all of them are just people down on their luck. Some of these people very much responsible for their own issues, but we got to have a little more compassion than that, my friend. Lost Toby says Janet Garcia. And he sends me a picture of this gal. What channel is that? I have no idea. So I don't know what you're talking about. Big George says, Big George, if you fly, I'll buy. Or I'll fly if you buy. One of the two. Tia was. Now everybody's sending me pictures of this gal. It's the same picture. All right. So let's just say that she'd be comfortable on a bus seat for a long period of time. That's all I'm going to say.
Now I am aware of the picture. So
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Don't sure why that part is getting pointed at the camera. So,
because when you turn to do the weather,
we have a new texter on the text line. A new texter says, Atmospheric River. Okay, we're not going to let that be your texter nickname, whoever that is.
Oh, trust me, I wish we just
Atmospheric.
We probably can't.
We're moving on. We got to talk some football. Let's talk Super Bowl stuff. Let's talk about this. Most people, you're looking for some good luck, right? All you 49er fans, all you Chiefs fans, maybe you've just maybe you got money on the game. All right, so you need some luck, right? Maybe you're hoping for the whole thing to make you some money. All right. So fan or money, one or the other. But according to some new information out, 44% of people, I guess, and do you guys have this? Game day superstitions around food.
I don't.
Just food is food. You eat what you want, and you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. But
Right.
I guess it's serious enough that 85% of those people, you got to have certain foods or refuse to have other foods on game day. So I guess they think some foods are good luck, some foods are bad luck.
Wow.
This is the dumbest damn thing. You
Yeah.
know what? I feel lucky if I have food, period. Unless it's like sauerkraut, and then I don't like that.
It's good on a broth, though.
No, just does not for me. Not for me. But most people said that pizza is their go-to Super Bowl good luck food. Well, that's very generic.
That's just my Super Bowl food.
Yeah,
It's one of the biggest pizza days all year is Super Bowl Sunday.
Got to be one of the biggest nachos days.
Yeah.
Some nachos up in there. Hot dogs are in second place, followed by burgers, chips, popcorn, chicken wings, ice cream, chicken sliders, cupcakes, cookies. But you know what the bad luck food is? Guess what the bad luck food is?
Wings.
No. Wings were one of the good luck foods.
Hamburgers.
Dude, I just said inside of the thing,
Hot
the
dogs.
burgers was right there. Hot dogs was second place. You're not listening, Randy.
Bacon.
Bacon?
That can't be a bad
How would
luck
bacon
food.
ever be bad anything?
Bacon wrap jalapenos.
Okay, how about you stop talking now? There's nothing you're saying
you
is
asked
helping.
me to guess.
No,
I'm
you're guessing all the good things.
Huh.
I'm looking for bad things. And by the
Rice
way,
Krispie treats.
jalapeno poppers and pulled pork sliders were on the bad luck list.
Really?
What
Which makes
about
no sense.
how? What
I don't
about
know.
it is bad luck?
They asked people. People told them. So here's the number one bad luck thing: deviled eggs.
Oh,
I love
stop
deviled
it.
eggs.
Deviled eggs are great.
Well, they're bad luck though if they're they could send you to the bathroom. if
I
you know
mean,
what
yeah, but that's not luck. That's
Salmonella.
I mean, it's eggs. There are certain risks there. That's
Second most avoided game day food: garlic bread. I love garlic bread. Stop it. Followed by salsa and queso dip, ice cream, chicken wings, mozzarella sticks, mini burgers, trail mix, pretzels, and pasties, which are meat pies, I guess. Ice cream and chicken wings, good luck. Some people thought those were bad luck. Those are sort of in the middle. I just don't understand. There's no food that is good or bad luck.
Yeah. Is it, it's possible to answer the question with there's no such thing as a bad luck food.
There is no such thing as bad luck.
You could just say that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to force an answer because it just sounds like people were just making up whatever popped into their head.
They're just picking what they like.
Yeah. The stuff they like is good luck. The stuff they don't like is bad luck, but that's not.
I may have to get a pork butt and do a pork,
that sounds
pork
good.
sliders.
Mm-hmm. Nachos did make the good list, so that's all right.
That's good.
This is just dumb. This is just dumb. You eat what you like and enjoy, and try not to get overloaded all at once. I think it's better to sort of graze the entirety of the Super Bowl experience. But if you sit there and you start out with something big and bog yourself down, now everything that's been laid out there and all these other foods, you're not going to get to try them. So it's better to graze.
You can't come blowing into a Super Bowl party with one of them vegetable trays either. Just leave those at the store or in your refrigerator. Don't bring them to the Super Bowl party because those clearly are going to be bad luck. I'm talking about the cut up celery sticks and the bell peppers charcuterie,
vegetable dishes.
The vegetable dishes. Yeah, just leave those at home. All right, don't bring those to a Super Bowl party.
I only know so many words. Swave Dave says, that's right, Jeffrey. We should not judge those who are living in a van down by the river. Yeah, just saying. I mean, there's good and bad in everything, I guess. Lost Toby says, I saw this at Walmart last night. The script is out. Oh boy. They've got Super Bowl champion. Oh my God. Okay. He says that because there's a Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs shirt for $13 in the clearance that, see, the script is out. Take a closer look. That's LVII. This year's Super Bowl is LVII. That's last year. They won the Super Bowl last year, Lost Toby.
And I didn't even need to know all of that to know. I wonder in what context have the Kansas City Chiefs recently been Super Bowl champions?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought that far.
But if you want to rant and rave in the aisles of Walmart, you won't be alone.
The script is out and they put it in clearance, Lost Toby. That just put them together. That's all I'm saying. There's the two.
Kiss the Cook says bad Super Bowl food, Taco Bell or Bertos. You'll never see the beginning of the game. Not true about Taco Bell.
About Taco Bell.
Just another face in the crowd says, is there a difference between sliders and mini burgers? I say no. I say there is no difference. No difference.
I literally thought they were the same thing. Are they not?
Against the Spread says, take it easy, Jeffrey. I do more for the homeless than you can imagine. I help them get their start. I throw them sons of bitches out of their house. He didn't say that. I just
that is one way to accomplish that. I mean, it's whew.
He says, I didn't even use that name in my text for a reason. He said vagrant drug addicts. No, that's fair. He did say that, I guess. But yeah. He says, I have respect for people in hard times, and I don't need a lecture from a gated community with ivory towers. Oh,
he certainly has you picked.
Oh, gated community with ivory towers. We got to have a gated community if the towers are ivory. Duh. Wilbur says,
in an apartment complex. Come on.
If you're invited to a Super Bowl party and you offer to bring something to share, bring enough for everybody. Yeah, I guess so, within reason. You know what I mean? Hefty Lefty says, there are millions of Buffalo Bills Super Bowl t-shirts out there from the 90s found on different continents. But yes, there's tons of them in an alternate universe where they've won. That is very sad entry.
Yeah, there's some.
Can I say this? And I don't mean to rain on anyone's parade here, but I mean, when do we start thinking about the homeless and the hard luck in our communities before we send these off to another country?
Well, you can't. You can't. Well, here's why. If you got some kid wearing a who was that last year Eagles Super Bowl shirt, they're going to get teased because that's not reality. But you can send those T-shirts to other countries where they don't care about American football. Nobody's going to call them on that and harass them about that.
I guess.
Everything else, you're 100% right. Before we start shoveling money off to all these other countries, and I get there's reasons that it's done for diplomatic reasons, trying to stabilize situations. I get it, but it doesn't ever feel good to be shoveling a bunch of money out of the country when there's a lot of people here who need some help with everything, all the above. So yeah, sometimes that does not sit well when that money is sent abroad and it makes sense and it's wise. All for it. I don't even like when the NFL is sent abroad, but because I don't think that makes sense. But as far as helping people, yeah, we got to help ours. We got to be strong here before we can be strong someplace else. But there are always good reasons to help people elsewhere as well. And, got to help everybody. You got to try. You got to at least head that direction. Anyways, Swave Dave. Oh, I wonder if my wife can. We need some shrimp too. She says Sunday is shrimp and taco nacho dip. We got to get a crap ton of shrimp up in this place. Hey, I'm not gonna yell. I won't yell. I'll wait till we're at break. We need some shrimp. I want some shrimp for. See, the thing is, she says it's got high cholesterol shrimp.
Imagine that. The cockroach of the ocean has high cholesterol.
How do I politely tell her I don't care? And I just want a crap ton of shrimp. They're so small. That's the thing. How much cholesterol can really be in that little guy?
Unless they're a king prawn.
See, here's the thing. I'm going to tell her, get the really small kind. There's not much, but get like 100. Just don't worry about it. You can eat like one or two. I'll eat the rest.
I mean, if cholesterol's not a problem for you, though, very low in fat. Just saying. The protein's high.
Up. Listen, I'm on high blood pressure medication and I'm on cholesterol medication. I'll double up on that day.
Just get a twofer,
Yeah, I'll be fine. Once I've digested that and it's out of the system, bam, back to regular. I'll take like 3 of my rosuvastatins. Bring it. I need shrimp. Don't tell me it doesn't work that way. Screaming Eagle, I don't want to hear from you on this one.
You keep your medical accuracy to yourself.
Keep your doctor into yourself on this one. I want some shrimp. Lost Toby says, leave me and my tinfoil hat alone. Okay. He says, Niners are going to win because it's on clearance, he says. Moist One says, wish somebody would send me abroad. Yes, I bet you do. Kiss the Cook says, if you combine those two aforementioned fine dining establishments, you'll experience a different kind of Super Bowl. Just another face in the crowd says, Jeffrey, if you need shrimp, I'll hook you up with my pal Forrest. You're not going to blow. You should probably blow the whistle on that one. It's a Bubba Grump. Just
Bubba Gumps.
Yeah. Commando Duke says, I thought Taco Bell was for discount colon cleansing. Does that qualify as game day food? Anything qualifies as game day food.
If you eat it on game day, it's game day food.
Oh, Screaming Eagles on the text line. Says Jeffrey, too funny about the shrimp. See, now he's using reverse psychology by not saying anything. He's showing his disapproval of me wanting to eat 100 shrimp on Sunday. Kathy Leffy says, tomorrow is Jamaican jerk chicken chili at work. Hopefully there's enough left for Sunday. You actually have a day for Jamaican jerk chicken chili?
Where do you work, Henry?
Very specific.
I'm not asking for any particular reason. Just
what time are you
curious.
There?
Just what time do they
when
serve
will the chili
food?
be there? Yeah.
We'll stop by. We will stop by.
Just asking for a friend.
All right, we're just going to take a break. Wilbur says that the typical menu for their house is bowls of chili with cornbread, and then we do clam chowder. That's a good. Oh yeah, clam chowder.
Boy, that's a dangerous mixture there.
Get me some of that lobster bisque I've been enjoying lately too. That's pretty good there. Billy Ray from Avondale has a question. Oh, Jesus Christ! Anyone know where I get a Phoenix Suns 21-22 World Championship T-shirt? I'd like to get that. You'll have to go to another country, and may you rot in hell for even mentioning that. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Free air-chilled boneless chicken breasts and 4 juicy boneless pork chops with your order. OmahaSteaks.com/VSIN. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Both the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs met the media in Las Vegas, getting ready for Super Bowl 58 on Sunday, a rematch of Super Bowl 54. This is the 8th rematch in Super Bowl history. The 49ers, who are in the top 5 in both passing and rushing offensively and have number 3 scoring defense in the league, opening up as a 2.5-point favorite over the Chiefs, who are in their 4th Super Bowl in the past 5 years. Kansas City plus 110 on the money line, while the 49ers are minus 130, and the over-under sits at 47.5. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Getting your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt can lead to some spirited reactions.
Jackson Hewitt!
Jackson Hewitt is so sure that you'll get your biggest refund that if they don't, you get your money back plus $100.
Jackson Hewitt!
And Jackson Hewitt also guarantees the accuracy of your return for life.
Hewitt!
So don't just sit there. For your biggest refund guaranteed, walk into a Jackson Hewitt today and dance out Jackson Hewitt! Yeah!
Remember the old phrase, double your pleasure, double your fun? Well, that's exactly what you get at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date night, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on appetizers, teppanyaki, sushi, and all cocktails. Celebrate 2024 anytime in either of their 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's KasaiTeppan.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-819-1120. That's 800-819-1120. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-819-1120 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano. And I'm Neil Lynch. We've been friends for over 30 years. And wait. It's been over 30 years? Yep, you are that old. Well, at least you have one friend. Anyway, we have a show called The Weekend Warriors, Saturdays at 10 a.m. We'll discuss national and local sports, and we'll talk about some sports that you don't hear about much. We'll also interview local athletes, coaches, and sports-related business owners to share their stories with you. We look forward to sharing these great stories and hanging out with you. It's The Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Hefty Lefty says, no, that's what I'm making for the chili cook-off. You guys have a chili cook-off at work? Man, there's a lot of people going to have to go home early. A lot of people like tying sweaters around their waist if they're not careful.
Why are you doing this on a Wednesday? Can I ask?
Oh, yeah,
Is
that's
there
another
particular reason why it's on a Wednesday, not a Friday?
Yeah. All right, we have many questions, Hefty Lefty. Also, where the hell do you work?
Yeah.
Just another face in the crowd says Applebee's has all you can eat shrimp. Yeah, but then I got to go to Applebee's. So T-Licious says, I'm just irritated that the same crew from the last Super Bowl versus the Chiefs is doing the game.
Same asshat crew from that Saints and Lamb Chops NFC Championship game. Okay.
They were bad. Is
Yeah.
what I can't remember what the big call was last year, but that Rams Saints game.
That's the one where the guy committed he almost decapitated the guy trying to catch the football.
He basically clotheslined him, and there was no call.
Yeah, no call on that one.
No, you know what though? I mean, you got to win the game in spite of the officiating, and listen, and I'll agree with you, T-Licious. If we get here Monday and the officiating was egregious enough to cost somebody the game, we'll absolutely be right on your side. But first thing you got to think about is just trying to win the game. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, are you like my wife? No, I'm a man. I have a penis and everything. Oh, there's more of the text. Are you like my wife in that you won't eat shrimp without cocktail sauce unless it's a scampi? Dude, I'll eat shrimp no matter what.
No matter how it's dressed.
I don't care if it's a cocktail sauce. I don't care if it's scampi. I don't care if it's just plain. I don't care how you flavor, as long as it's not some flavor I'm just like, bleh. But generally, no. Give me some shrimp. Give me some shrimp. I just don't care how it is. Kiss the Cook says, hey, Jeffrey, the Bertos have shrimp tacos. No, I'll probably pass from Bertos. He's talking about Phil Bertos, by the way.
In every sense of the word.
Right.
You would probably pass. Yeah.
Cat is not an option on the menu, but you're never sure quite what you're getting. So then that's never not an option for the cook.
Wow. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says quarterly town hall is always on a Wednesday. So they just plan the chili cook-off for the winter quarter. Second half of the day is definitely low on productivity. You work at town hall? All right, listen, we got to move on. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about betting. Yesterday, we were wanting to talk about some betting, and we kind of ran out of time. So this is going to be probably the most bet Super Bowl ever.
Really?
Legally. I don't know. Who knows how people bet before, but now with 2/3 of American adults living where you can legally sports bet, they're saying it's going to be $23.1 billion. This is going to be bet on the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's a lot of damn money. Approximately 67.8 million adults could be betting, and that's what they're estimating that amount will come out to. That is a staggering amount of money that's going to change hands in one day in wagering. So that is a sign of the times. You know what I'm saying? But only 2/3 of adults are living places where you can bet. I wonder how long it'll be before the entire country is clear to bet. I mean, I'm surprised we got this far this fast. It happened pretty quick, getting 2/3 of the country there. I just,
Yeah, I mean, I knew this handicapper back when I was in Tennessee, and basically, the gambling lobby has been working on the federal and state level for a very long time. So, the moment that they were able to get that thing dropped federally, they had already been lobbying several states to get the ball rolling as fast as they could. So they're still working on it. I don't know how long it's going to take before we get everybody, but the reason why we got here this fast is because they've been working on that for years.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's fast to us, but it's taken for a long, long time for the people who are trying to get it. And this is why all of a sudden $23.1 legal billion changing hands on Sunday. Here's some of the biggest bets that are out there. There's a $1 million bet that was turned into Caesars Sportsbook January 30th. It's 1 million on the 49ers money line. And that's minus 120. So that's wow. I wouldn't make that bet. I wouldn't make that bet, even if I thought the 49ers were going to win. You don't. That is just against the spread. That's a bad bet, right? That's just sort of silly.
It feels wrong.
If you're going to put $1 million on the line, you need to do something like I don't know, some sort of a easy parlay. I don't know. Against the spread, it can tell you. Here's somebody else at South Point it's a betting platform, $120,000 bet. What they did was put in wagers for 60 different props. at $2,000 each for a total of $120,000. Don't know how much they stand to win, but that formula, that might be an interesting formula to make you a bunch of money back, as long as they're reasonable props. Somebody in where was South Point Casino, they just did a bet of $105,000 on the 49ers at -1 on the spread. Somebody at Caesars put $100,000 on the coin toss. We talked about that one, and which just silly. That's silly to put $100,000 on the
100 large on the coin toss.
Yeah. By the way, most popular bet on DraftKings so far, tails. Heads right after that. Somebody put $25,000.
-105 for heads and tails.
Mm-hmm.
But the odds aren't okay. The odds don't match the probability of the thing you're actually betting on, is my point.
Right.
But all right.
Somebody bet $25,000 to win $1 million. It was somebody over at DraftKings put $25,000 on Kansas City's Isaiah Pacheco to be named Super Bowl MVP. 40-1 odds. The bet could pay $1 million. Wow, I don't see that as a real possibility where I would put $25,000 on it. That's a bet you make, but don't tell anybody unless it wins.
I mean, it's not a
If you're
crazy
rich.
bet because, like, you can't bet on. I mean, you can bet on Mahomes, but the odds aren't as good, so the payout isn't as big. You're
Can't
trying to
help it.
find somebody,
The trick to winning money is to bet things that are more likely, not bet money on things that are not likely, hoping that, it just happened and now I got all this money. It's just value bets can be dumb bets.
Do you see all those big buildings in the desert that they have over there?
A lot of dumb people.
Yeah, there are people who bet exactly like that. That's how they've made all that money.
Somebody bet $15,000 to win $975 on Rashee Rice being the MVP. Still, I mean, that I think is more likely than Pacheco. How are the Niners against the run? How are the Niners in their secondary? Which one do you think is a wiser bet?
I'm going to pull up some of the numbers here, but the Niners are really good against the run. I can tell you that right off.
So
the top of my
Rashee
head.
Rice probably more likely. I mean, that's probably why he's 65-1.
Say the Chiefs end up inside of the 5-yard line on multiple occasions, and Isaiah Pacheco is the beneficiary of it. Well, he's got a lot of touchdowns on that stat line. Might sway some things. Just saying. But I believe that the Niners are just a really good defense all around. They are they're probably better against let's see here. They're better against the run than the pass.
So there you go. You go with Rashee Rice if you're going to do that. But either way, not exactly who I'm thinking. You're more likely to get, say, Travis Kelce or Patrick Mahomes on MVP, or Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey.
Kelsey
or
feels like a
maybe
good bet.
Kittle,
because he's like 5th in terms of how everybody's sort of ranked out odds wise, but he's got a really strong case for somebody who can win it.
All right. Well, here's a question. So you're trying to figure out, okay, who's the best MVP choice, and you're like, I got to get something that'll give me a good pay back, but it's a balance of risk and reward. But how about this for risk and reward? This came up out there on the internets. Here it is. You're offered the chance to flip a coin. Okay, Randy?
Okay.
Tails gets you $1 billion.
Yeah.
Heads gives you continuous, incurable hiccups for the rest of your life. Not flipping the coin guarantees both, which means you're like, I'm not going to flip the coin. I'll take the billion and the hiccups. So you flip the coin, tails gets you $1 billion, head gets you hiccups, or not doing it gives you both. What do you do?
Not going to flip the coin.
So you're going to take the hiccups and the $1 billion.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know.
Listen, I'll spend some of that $1 billion having a surgery to cure my hiccups.
Do you not understand incurable?
I look, the incurable factor
You're
of
gonna
this
waste the money.
is a shame, But if I actually flip the coin, the odds that I wind up with the hiccups anyway, and no $1 billion to make just make me happy, where just, I'm here and I got $1 billion. Sure, I have incurable hiccups, but
I'll have $1 billion.
See, 57% of people would flip the coin just to see what happened because they just want a chance to skate with $1 billion and not have hiccups. Problem is, you could also just end up with hiccups and no damn money.
Yeah.
43% of people would accept the hiccups if that meant they were going to be a billionaire. And remember, there's no holding your breath, Randy. There's no scaring hiccups away, no biting on a lemon, no spending money to cure hiccups. They're normal hiccups and they're never going to leave you. So
I'm still not flipping the coin because if I have to have hiccups, I'm going to have it with $1 billion.
That is the smartest way to go, just to take the hiccups and the billion.
And then
I just wonder, do you get used to the hiccups? Does it make you insane? Is the $1 billion worth it? Because constantly all the time.
I mean,
it's $1 billion, man.
Can you enjoy?
People have gotten used to worse.
Can you enjoy life with constant hiccups forever?
It's just hiccups, man.
Oh, I don't think you understand.
Like, it sucks, but
that could drive you insane.
The alternative is going insane with no $1 billion. God,
I want to flip the coin though. I want the $1 billion without the hiccups.
I would like that
you
too.
Have tails. It's tails. Tails never fails.
But you just no guarantee. Tails has failed on a number of occasions, unfortunately.
Now, I would ask, so if I can't stand the hiccups, can I give all the money back and get rid of the hiccups? That would be a question I'd ask.
Yeah. Like if it's driving you too crazy, then you're just like, all right, I can't. The $1 billion is not making this better. Fine. But I'm not risking having hiccups and no money. That's
an
not
evil
happening.
scenario.
Yeah.
But I will take the hiccups. I'd probably do the same thing. I wouldn't flip the coin. I want to flip the coin. But man, then you just get the hiccups and no money. That's the worst.
Yeah, but you have the hiccups and you get that island you want to buy and you have a whole bunch of money left over.
Yeah. See, here on that island on Flathead Lake up in Montana called Cromwell Island, they have deer, bears. They've got all sorts of wildlife on. This is a giant, like a 280 acre island. And like the bear will swim across the lake to get on there. And there's all sorts of, I'm going to have the hiccups. I can't sneak up on anything if I want to go hunting. There goes everything. There's no point. How am I going to enjoy that? Hiccuping all the time.
You don't.
I just can't. I can't
Learn to deal with it.
I don't think the $1 billion is worth it at that point.
Learn to deal with it.
You're just not hunting.
That's what I'm asking. I wonder if I can get used to it.
How's your golf game? There's plenty of golf courses in Montana.
Yeah, there's certain things like I'll never do surgery. I'll never golf because everything happens. Wondering, can I play video games? I don't know. I have questions.
If it's that constant, I can't imagine you wouldn't get used to it.
A lot of people have a lot to say about this. This is one of those. This is worse. This is worse than trying to figure out who's going to be the Super Bowl MVP. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
If you've struggled for years to lose weight and have given up hope, did you know you can now access GLP-1 prescription medications through LifeMD? LifeMD is now offering eligible patients online access to GLP-1s, the breakthrough prescription medication that can help you lose body fat and weight. Listen to what people are saying.
It's fun to put on jeans that you couldn't get into 6 months ago.
Every morning, I look forward to getting on the scale.
For anybody who's struggling with their weight, it's a godsend.
And here's the best part. Your insurance may cover 100% of the cost of your medication. So go to trylifemd.com to have your eligibility checked right now. Get started today at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's now even easier to serve on an Arizona jury. If your company doesn't pay for jury service, the court will reimburse your lost wages up to $300 if picked to serve in Superior Court. So next time you see a jury summons in the mail, don't ignore it, or you could face a $500 fine. Remember, our courts are fair because you are there. Learn more at azcourts.gov/jury service. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Had to get something. So before the break, we were talking about this and talking about betting and trying to decide MVPs and stuff to bet on. And then the thought came up is like, all right, you're offered the chance to flip a coin. Tails get you $1 billion. Heads get you continuous, incurable hiccups for the rest of your life. Not flipping the coin gets you both. Now everybody's like, oh, the smart money, just take the $1 billion and the hiccups. That way, no matter what, you got the $1 billion. Because you flip the coin, you might end up with the hiccups and no $1 billion. Oh, but there's that chance you could just get the $1 billion. So I want to flip the coin, but my brain says, no, just take the money and hope you can put up with the hiccups. And then my question is, can I live with the hiccups? And I don't know. Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Big George says, this whole premise is absurd. You know what? Your face is absurd. Shut up. We're talking. Chicken Stiffy says, if you can return it, yeah, take it. Invest it. Well, no, you can't do that. I'm saying in my little premise, I'd ask, hey, if I can't take it, and I give the money back, can you take the hiccups away too? I think that includes any gains, any part of it. Any part of the $1 billion, you know what I'm saying? Except for, I guess, the food you eat. I don't know. Just saying. So, yeah, he says, no, if you can return it, take it, invest it, take the profit, and return the $1 billion. Yeah, I think that any kind of a condition like that includes, anything that comes from it.
Because you wouldn't have made the money if you hadn't gotten the $1 billion.
Yeah. Think Brett Favre and the interest he owes state of Mississippi. Kiss the Cook says, I'd sound like Foster Brooks the rest of my life, but I'm taking the money. All right. Lost Toby says, Lost Toby, I don't know who it was. It was Donnie or if it was Choro, but they put up this thing. They said, I've never seen Brock Purdy and Lee Harvey Oswald in the same place. And they posted up these pictures trying to insinuate that Brock Purdy looks like Lee Harvey Oswald. And you put the pictures next. No, they don't. They don't look the same. I'll say the same thing I said earlier. Yeah, no. And Lost Toby says Niners will win. Lee Harvey Oswald doesn't miss.
Oh no.
That's pretty good. Let's see. Hefty Lefty says the answer is to go for 2. Well, 2 is take them both. Yeah, take them both and just hope you can deal with it. Moist one though, he's like, yeah, but how could you sleep? I imagine you're going to sleep badly. And the other thing,
there are people who have had hiccups that are borderline permanent. They sleep.
Can you die of the hiccups?
I don't think you can.
You know that for a fact?
I do not know that.
I'm saying there's things you should consider, and hopefully you have a minute to think about it. Rough Rob says, how much of that money is the missing money from the ASU bet on the Super Bowl? I think how much is that money is missing money from you, Arizona? Just another face in the crowd says, imagine the outrage if the Super Bowl ends in a tie.
It can't.
Yeah, that one they can't. They'll keep going until something happens. Fish Tank says, I'm absolutely flipping the coin. Hiccups with $1 billion. That's still miserable. Yeah, but what's worse? Hiccups with $1 billion, or hiccups and nothing. God, that's too hard. That's too risky. That is too risky. Wilbur says, instead of hiccups, could it be bad gas? Oh, geez, that would be a no-brainer. You just do it and wear charcoal shorts. You get like some sort of apparatus to where your bad gas.
Some sort of a reverse chastity belt.
Yeah. Or anybody around you, you're a billionaire. They'll wear a nose plug. You give them like a little scuba apparatus, some sort of special mask so they can at least hang out with you so you're not lonely. But you got $1 billion. I don't care if I'm stinking up the joint for $1 billion, and nobody else is going to care either. They're gonna be like, yeah, Jeffrey smells horrible, but
his house is so huge, I don't even have to sit next to him.
I get to jet ski from his living room to my guest room. I can wear a mask. Niner 1680 says, people live with Tourette's. I can live with hiccups. Give me the $1 billion. And Lost Toby says, you think Brett Favre is betting the welfare money that he stole? I don't know. Was he a betting guy? I don't know if he was a betting guy.
I don't know. It seemed like he wanted to use it for just various things for his daughter, to be honest. Like the volleyball gym that
he got some money for himself.
Yeah.
He was trying to spread it around for to benefit other people other than the people it was intended for.
People he knew.
Poor people on welfare. So this usually goes bad when I try this. But I need to walk down the hall. I got to get Big George's Sports History. I printed it, but I left it on the printer. Can you guys talk about something for a moment while I go get this?
You can, or I could just forward it to you.
No. You don't have it. I've got it right down the hall. Let me just walk down the hall. So you guys,
we're going to talk
try
about
to have
something,
just some conversation.
Just some conversation.
I feel like two professional broadcasters can fill this gap with something. I'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Something. We're going to talk about something here. All right, Keon. Baseball is on the way. Pitchers, catchers reporting next week. What is your Washington Nationals? Do they have a prayer this year, or is it just going to go south?
It's going to go south, but it's going to be far less south than it was a season ago. They've got a ton of prospects that they called up, and they're interested in seeing, and I'm interested in seeing them too, because over the course of the season last year they called up a bunch of guys, and I thought they were starting to gel and play pretty decently. Not in danger of making the playoffs at any point, but playing a whole lot better. And I think that's how they want to do it over in Washington, because they really don't like paying people large amounts of money. Don't enjoy it.
What I don't enjoy also is the way they've been talking about my Diamondbacks and repeat performance by this Diamondbacks team. Don't do that to me. I mean, you ignored me last year. Ignore me again this year. Okay, it was fun last year, but in what universe are you from that this could happen again?
What are you talking about?
We're talking about baseball. You asked me to talk about something.
Oh, good. You actually talked about something.
About baseball. He gave me sort of a little insight on his Washington Nationals,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just giving a little insight on what the media is doing with my Diamondbacks. Don't talk about them being repeat, guys again. Let's just let it lay there. It's a new season. Got to play all 162, and we'll see what happens from there.
Don't jinx it. Don't just
No.
just let
Are
it
you-
be. Let it
Are you
happen.
back now? Are you back now?
Well, yeah, I'm back. I'm standing here
Okay.
talking to you.
Are you sure? Sure you're back?
What the
You
hell
didn't
is
drop
wrong with
any
you?
pa- What if you drop pages on the way in?
I didn't. I just had one page. I got it right here. Got it
Okay.
right here.
All right.
You know, I just,
I'm just-
walk.
I'm just
I had to
checking.
walk like all the way down the hall. So
Uh-huh. Hmm.
it's not a small house. I mean, I don't have jet skis yet.
No, but it's large, and yes.
Now
And,
that I've had that idea,
yes,
you'd
great
want to come
idea.
over and stay all the time if I had jet
Well-
skis that took you from room to room.
hell to the yes.
See you in the kitchen. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to win the lottery.
Mm.
Make that a reality.
Mhm.
Now, I don't even want to do the rest of the show. I just want to daydream about this.
Mhm.
There's like
That might be
Five-
worth the
5 minutes
hiccups.
left.
That might be worth hiccups.
that would 100% be worth hiccups.
Jet ski throughout your house. You know, laundry included. You know,
That's what I was thinking. I mean, whatever the craziest thing you've ever wanted in a house, you can now have. Of course, it would be worth hiccups.
it has to be wide enough though, because like if you're jet skiing through the house, if somebody's coming the other way, you got to have room for that, and then you also have to have room to make it fun. So it's got to be even wider. It'd be a ginormous house, but you can jet ski everywhere.
Salt water, though, right? I mean, it can't be pool water. It have to be salt water.
Why is that?
Well, if it's not salt water, if it's pool water, you got to think about the chlorination and the pH levels and all that.
That's somebody else that I'm going to pay a lot of money for.
Well, but see, if you have salt water, you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that.
Yeah, but then things rust.
No,
Okay,
you
salt-
if you're putting it in, you put anti-rusting things in there that'll stand up against the salt water. And if you
Okay,
if you
Randy,
don't-
Randy, you're hired.
thank you.
Let me leave
What am I
that with
doing?
you.
What are we doing?
You're learning how rich people do things.
Ah.
You're hired. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to think about it until I have to yell at you about it.
All right.
Okay.
Very well.
Right now it's time for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
Not sure about this.
Back in the year 1958, future Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder Ted Williams became the highest paid player in Major League Baseball when he re-signed with the Boston Red Sox for $135,000. That's $1,432,896 in today's money. Williams ended his career by hitting a home run at his very last at-bat, September 28th, 1960. Yep, that's a true story right there. Everybody knows that. But yeah, Williams is only one of 29 players in baseball history to ever have appeared in Major League games in 4 separate decades.
Wow.
So, yeah, a great career. And then now he's just a punchline because his head is frozen in Scottsdale as we speak.
So you're saying he lost his head over the whole thing?
That's going to be a 5-minute penalty on Randy White. That's a 5-minute major. Can't believe he did that. That's boy, you should know better than that, Randy. I don't know what the hell you're thinking.
Tisk tisk.
Yeah, Moist One says, I agree. I wish people would stop talking about me being a repeat guy. Nobody, what?
Honestly, that's it's with what we're talking about and what you're talking about. With you, people should probably talk about it more and be aware that you're in their neighborhood and not allow you anywhere near a school. Just a thought.
So, I guess there's all these interviews going on in Vegas, and they went over to Travis Kelce, and they're like, "Hey, now you're sort of being exposed to the fame that Taylor Swift has. How has that affected you?" And he's like, "I'll tell you what. You learn real fast that Taylor Swift fame." Being worldwide famous is a lot different than being Kansas City famous. You know, that's a whole different animal. And so I'm glad he's realizing that. I'm so worried for him.
Is he going on tour with her in the off season?
Oh, no. I didn't say that. I didn't see that. Right now, he's trying to win a Super Bowl, and she's on her way to Japan to do a concert. So outside of that, I don't know. I don't know. Why wouldn't you though? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go?
It's kind of a hard life on the road.
Not with Taylor Swift. It's not.
Remember the old Bob Seger tune?
It's very different. They're not in a van, Randy.
She has a private jet.
Yeah,
it'll be
it's
okay.
tough living on the road, man.
Many people there helping out.
Just not on the road as often and as long as
Here I go again.
as other people traveling. Yeah,
Back on the stage.
Yeah, I don't think that she would even sing that song.
There I go again, playing the star again.
Mm-hmm.
Here I go again.
I don't think she would ever even look
Turn
at
the
play
page.
the star.
She
She's
has no idea that song.
selling out arenas. This is
You know, Jim Nance the other day, he's like, hey, you know what? I was there when Taylor Swift got her big break. Everybody's like, what the hell are you talking about, Jim Nance? And he's like, no, he's like, one of her first things that she did where she got any kind of attention was she did the national anthem at a game in 2007. She was 16 years old. And sure enough, they looked it up. They're like, oh my God, you're right. Holy crap. Her own dad was like, Jim Nance, how do you know that? I'm Jim Nance.
Why wouldn't I know that?
Don't ever question me again.
You ever see the phone that Jim Nance has in his house? He got called and asked to work for CBS on that phone, and he was in a stadium during I think a football game, and he bought the phone. He owns the phone. Just had it ripped out from wherever it was. It's on the wall in his house.
That's awesome.
It's pretty
Jim Nance
cool.
is awesome.
He is cool. Yeah.
Can we get rid of Tony Romo and give him Greg? Can we do
Hello,
that?
friends.
Anyway. All right, we got to leave. It's over. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.